After my CEO wife went bankrupt, everyone thought I'd take the money and run, because I was handsome, but only cared about money. I spent my CEO wife's money on food, drinks, and fun every day. Yet I wanted to stay with her until she got back on her feet. Then, if she let even a little money slip my way, wouldn't I be financially free? But who would have thought? My CEO wife's bankruptcy was an act. When I was transported into this novel, it was already the ending. The beautiful CEO was the villain the heroine had already defeated. I still remembered the last passage written about her. The only things Bai Ningbing had left were the husband lying in that bedroom, and his expensive watches and clothes. But Bai Ningbing knew it too. This man, who only spoke to her when he wanted money, would soon leave with his watches and clothes. She would be left with nothing. I rubbed my temples, thinking of my bankrupt CEO wife. I let out a long sigh. Bai Ningbing had treated me well ever since we married. Now that I was here, I couldn't bring myself, while Bai Ningbing was at rock bottom, to take the money and run. At the very least, I should wait until she had an income of her own, or a career again. After taking a moment to sort out my thoughts, I got up and began cleaning the messy apartment. It took a full 3 hours before I crammed everything into a corner of my room. By then, my room was piled high with it all. There were more than 100 watches and over 80 outfits. I wished I could trade the clothes for watches. Watches were easier to sell than clothes, after all. When I woke up, it was 2 in the afternoon. Rubbing my growling stomach, I checked the wallet on the coffee table. Sure enough, I found an identity card, a bank card, and 700 yuan. I didn't even bother checking the kitchen. We had only moved in 2 days ago, and neither of us knew how to cook. The kitchen was bound to be empty. I had to find something to eat. Luckily, Bai Ningbing's rented place was small, but the neighborhood was nice. There were plenty of restaurants downstairs. I wandered downstairs and had a bowl of noodles, thinking about what I'd seen in the bathroom, the pitifully few supplies. I took another trip to the supermarket. I returned with a bag of daily necessities. I bought Bai Ningbing's share too. The colors and styles were chosen based on what I remembered she liked. Then I resumed cleaning the apartment. I opened the door and entered Bai Ningbing's room. Aside from the bookshelf and desk, which held a few more things, there was only a bed and a few essentials. I sighed helplessly. It couldn't be easy for a woman raised in luxury to endure a life like this. I looked around and got to work. Time passed, second by second. By the time the whole apartment was clean, it was already 10 that night. After washing up contentedly, I set my late-night meal on the coffee table, ready to eat. Just as I opened the package and raised my first bite to my mouth, the front door opened. I looked up into a pair of eyes, clear as autumn water. The woman at the door stared at me expressionlessly. As she looked away, her gaze swept over the room. A flicker of surprise crossed her eyes. Then her gaze returned to me. At the same time, I took her in. She was an exceptionally beautiful woman. She deserved every lavish word the author had used to praise her. Under Bai Ningbing's gaze, I unconsciously tightened my grip on my chopsticks. I couldn't help feeling nervous. After all, I was an imposter. Could someone like Bai Ningbing really fail to notice something was off about her husband? Her eyes made me feel that nothing could remain hidden from her. Did you hire a cleaner? Do you have enough money? Her tone was calm, with a trace of scrutiny. I instinctively shook my head. No, I cleaned it myself. You cleaned it? Yes, I cleaned it myself. Bai Ningbing looked utterly stunned. She stared straight at me. We held each other's gaze for a moment. Bai Ningbing looked away first. Do you have enough money? I do. What about you? I asked out of habit, then immediately regretted it. My question made Bai Ningbing look at me in surprise again. Then she spoke slowly. After that, we both fell silent. Bai Ningbing glanced at the food on the table. Then she suddenly said, I'm sorry. I did not understand at first. I looked up, following her gaze, and quickly shook my head. No, you have nothing to apologize for. Bai Ningbing walked over and sat on the sofa opposite me. She chose her words carefully. The assets have mostly been dealt with. All the assets in my name have been transferred away. There is not much left, but I do not have any debts either. You do not need to worry about debts. I still have 30,000 yuan. Once this is all settled, I will start earning money as soon as I can. You should still have 60,000 yuan in your account. I have already paid 6 months' rent on this place. If you want a divorce, I will give you another 20,000 yuan. Until you find a place to rent, you can stay here. I understood clearly that Bai Ningbing had done more than enough for me. Together, we only had 90,000 yuan left. If we divorced, She was even willing to give me 80,000 yuan and let me keep living here. She certainly would not ask for the watches or clothes either. That would leave her with only one room and 10,000 yuan. Seeing that I said nothing, Bai Ningbing added, from what I earn in the future, I will give you a portion every month. At least 3,000 yuan a month. All right? I do not know what the future holds yet, so this is all I can promise for now. If I get another chance to rebuild, I will make it up to you. I quickly shook my head in refusal. When Bai Ningbing saw me shake my head, she fell completely silent. I realized my reaction might have caused a misunderstanding. I hurriedly explained, no, I do not want a divorce, and I do not need your money. Do not worry. I still have enough to live on. I have accepted reality. I will be more careful with money from now on. I will earn money too. You do not need to put so much pressure on yourself. Ordinary families do not spend that much each month. You do not want a divorce? But did you not say yesterday? Only then did I remember. I really had been furious yesterday. I said Bai Ningbing was useless and demanded a divorce. My expression stiffened. Well, I was drunk then. I didn't mean that. I have thought it through. I cannot divorce you at a time like this. Since we are married, I will shoulder our living expenses too. You do not need to worry about me. I can still support myself. Maybe I can support you too. As soon as I said that, Bai Ningbing looked at me even more strangely. But she said nothing more. If you do not want a divorce, then forget it. Whenever you do want a divorce, just let me know. Bai Ningbing got up and went to the bathroom to wash up. Awkwardly, I lowered my head and kept eating. After Bai Ningbing entered the bathroom, I heard her pause for a few seconds. She had probably seen the place after I cleaned it up, looking completely different from before. Then the sound of running water began. By the time I finished eating, Bai Ningbing had finished washing up and came out. There was none of the awkwardness I had imagined. Thank you. You should get some sleep too. I scratched my head, feeling as though I were dreaming. I sorted through my thoughts again, then rushed off to wash up too. Afterward, I returned to my room and opened my laptop. I set up a personal online secondhand shop, then shut down the laptop and went to sleep. The next morning, I woke up at 6:30 out of habit. I took out the ingredients I bought yesterday, prepared them, and set some porridge to cook. Then I went downstairs and bought steamed buns and fried dough sticks. When I got back, Bai Ningbing was just opening her bedroom door. Hearing the door open, she looked up and saw the breakfast in my hands. She unconsciously rubbed her eyes, probably thinking she was seeing things. Good morning. I bought breakfast, and I made porridge too. Go wash up. With that, I headed to the kitchen to check on the porridge, ignoring Bai Ningbing's astonished stare behind me. Since we had both stayed up late, I was worried we would be run down. So I had specially made red date and red bean porridge. The porridge was almost ready. I ladled out to bowls, then put the steamed buns and fried dough sticks on a plate. I also boiled eggs and prepared some cold side dishes. When Bai Ningbing came out of the bathroom, what she saw was a breakfast spread on the table that could only just be called plentiful. The scene should have felt warm and cozy, but Bai Ningbing felt none of that warmth. She knew her husband too well. In nearly 3 years of marriage, I had never cooked or done housework. The only thing I knew how to do was shop. The background information gathered before our marriage had not said I knew how to do any of this. Doubts crowded Bai Ningbing's mind. Had I been pretending all along? We used to have servants and a housekeeper, so I never had to lift a finger. Now it was just the two of us. We did not have much money left, so we could not keep eating out. My cooking is not especially good, but it is edible. If you do not mind, you can come home for meals from now on. So, when Grandpa asked whether you could cook, you lied to him? After saying that, Bai Ningbing picked up her spoon and took a mouthful of porridge. I froze, and I laughed it off. My cooking cannot compare to a housekeeper's. I thought Grandpa was used to gourmet food, so I was too embarrassed to show off my meager skills. That explanation was barely believable. Bai Ningbing nodded. Actually, it tastes pretty good. Even as she ate, her movements remained elegant. That made me realize that asking a woman accustomed to exquisitely prepared food since childhood to eat this kind of street stall fare really was asking a lot of her. After breakfast, Bai Ningbing tried to carry the dishes into the kitchen. I quickly stopped her. It is fine. I will take care of it. I will wash the dishes. Go handle whatever you need to. The business assets have not been fully dealt with. I probably will not be back until tonight. Do not worry about me. Call me if you need anything. Once Bai Ningbing left, I finally felt at ease. I thought, even brought low, that air of nobility could not be erased from her. That invisible pressure seemed to come and go. If I had not seen my share of the world before, I might not have been able to handle it this time. I had plenty to do today as well. I needed to buy things for the apartment and photograph those watches and clothes to list online for sale. There was so much stuff. Selling it all would probably fetch more than 1 million yuan. Then, whatever Bai Ningbing wanted to do, she would have startup capital. Besides that, I also needed to study this world's internet users before carefully returning to my old trade. In my original world, I had been an online novelist. I majored in interior design in college. After graduation, I did not want it as my main career, so I started writing web novels instead. I occasionally took freelance jobs for extra money. I had always lived quite comfortably. After washing the dishes, I took my shopping list and headed out. I had never enjoyed shopping. Once I bought everything, I came back and put it away, then photographed the watches and clothes. One kept busy until evening. I was exhausted by then, and had only just finished photographing the watches. I reheated the steamed buns from breakfast, took a few bites, then decisively returned to my room to browse online novels. I could not take any more physical work today. Only mental work was left. 2 hours later, I clapped my hands happily, then drained the coffee on my desk. I discovered that this world's online fiction lagged somewhat behind that of my original world. The stories I had written before could all be rewritten here in an even better way. It was a gift from heaven. Just then, I heard the door opening outside. I hesitated, but still jumped out of bed and ran out in my slippers. I had no choice. That morning, I had found that the front door had not been deadbolted last night. Bai Ningbing was probably used to living in a villa and had forgotten that a place like this needed to be locked from the inside. Seeing me come out, she froze mid-motion as she hung up her coat. "You're back?" I only realized this morning that the door was not deadbolted last night. At the villa, someone was specifically responsible for security. Now there is no one. You need to deadbolt this kind of door at night. Otherwise, a thief could pry it open easily. I understand. The two of us were practically strangers. I had no choice but to make conversation. "Have you eaten?" "Yes. I bought some more daily necessities today. If you need anything, tell me, and I will get it later." "I do not need anything for now." Conversation over. What else could I say? I thought for 3 seconds, then decisively retreated. "Well, if there is nothing else, I will go back to my room. Call me if you need anything." Only after I closed my door did Bai Ningbing look around the apartment. She even checked the kitchen and bathroom. There were quite a few new things in the apartment today. It felt more lived in than before. That man was actually planning to settle down here. It was as if he had become a different person. At that moment, I had no idea what Bai Ningbing was doing. I was focused entirely on sorting out the laptop. The original owner had worked fairly hard in high school and got into a top university, but he had mostly coasted through college. His computer skills were an absolute mess. This laptop was painfully slow. I needed to clear out everything on it and see what the original owner had been up to. As I searched through it, I found the folder containing photos. It had many subfolders. Most contained selfies of the original owner. A small portion contained photos of his parents. The last folder had a name made up of garbled characters. I clicked it open and looked. Good grief. It was full of photos of him with a woman. She looked like the kind of woman who moved in high society. She was quite pretty, too. She just was not my type, especially when she smiled. She seemed innocent and fragile. Seeing how intimate they were, I shuddered to my very soul. I quickly checked the dates. Thankfully, they were all from before the marriage. That scared the life out of me. One kept a few less intimate photos, then quickly deleted the rest. By then, I remembered. This woman had been the original owner's college girlfriend. She was a rich heiress, but they had been broken up for so long. There was no reason to keep these things. Luckily, Bai Ningbing did not make an issue of things like that. Otherwise, if she found them, they would be a ticking time bomb. By the time I had mostly sorted out the laptop, it was nearly 11. I yawned and fell straight into bed. The next morning, I got up even earlier than the day before. Instead of going downstairs to buy food, I made fried rice myself, with 2 side dishes. When Bai Ningbing got up, I had nearly finished preparing breakfast. After washing up, she could eat as soon as she came out. Bai Ningbing looked at the hearty fried rice before her, somewhat surprised. "You can make fried rice too?" "Yes, I cannot make many dishes, but everyday home cooking is no problem. It is not exactly delicious. At best, it is barely passable. Do not mind it." Bai Ningbing lifted a spoonful to her mouth. "Not bad. It is quite good. I am glad you like it. I will come home for lunch today. I froze for a moment, then quickly caught on. What would you like to eat? I will eat whatever you make, but I would like rice. Alright, I will make sweet and sour ribs. How about tomato scrambled eggs and egg drop soup? Will that be enough for you? It should be. Then do not worry. Go take care of your work. After breakfast, Bai Ningbing picked up her coat and headed out. As always, I cleared the dishes. After leaving the complex, Bai Ningbing got into a car parked at the entrance. The driver was her former assistant, Gu Xiaoyu, the childhood companion grandfather had chosen for Bai Ningbing. As soon as she settled into the car, Gu Xiaoyu handed her the paper bag. Ningbing, this is breakfast from Zeus. No need. I have already eaten. Gu Xiaoyu made fried rice. Gu Xiaoyu's outstretched hand froze. What? Brother Xiaoyu can cook. It is my first time learning that he can cook too. He made porridge yesterday. I thought that was already astonishing. When he said he could cook, I assumed he was boasting. Yet today, he actually made fried rice. I said I would come home for lunch, and he even said he would cook some dishes. Hearing about my unusual behavior, Gu Xiaoyu frowned. He does not have some scheme, does he? I remember you two used to keep out of each other's way. He could not do anything. And did he not say he wanted a divorce before? I had already looked up the procedure. Why has nothing happened now? Bai Ningbing looked up, a thoughtful smile on her face. He said he does not want a divorce. He said he had accepted his current life and would make a proper life for himself. He would earn money, too, and told me not to put too much pressure on myself. Bai Ningbing leaned back against the seat. Her tone gave nothing away. Maybe he cannot bear to see you work yourself to the bone, so he wants to share hardship and happiness with you. If that is the case, then he is not such a bad person. He drifted through college doing nothing. For the 2 years of your marriage, all he did was spend money. One day, he says he wants a divorce, and the next, he changes his mind. What do you think? They say hardship reveals a person's true character. Maybe his conscience got the better of him. People, you never know what they are really like until trouble comes. These past few days, we have seen plenty of people show their true colors. Maybe Brother Xiaoyu is the kind of person whose true character only shows in a crisis. Perhaps. Let us go. In any case, he will not affect anything. We will wait and see. Meanwhile, I spent the whole morning taking photos of the clothes. There were over 80 outfits. I could never wear them all. Keeping a dozen or so to look respectable was enough. I would sell all the rest, then buy some ordinary clothes. After more than 2 hours, I had photographed only half of them. I looked at the clock on the living room wall. It was already 10 o'clock. Remembering that I needed to buy groceries, I quickly put the clothes away, threw on a coat, and headed out. After leaving the supermarket, I carried 2 large bags toward the apartment complex. I had just crossed the street when I suddenly heard someone call my name. I turned and saw a beautiful woman dressed with exquisite care. Looking closer, was she not the woman from last night's photos? The moment she saw me turn around, she hurried over. Xiaoyu, how did you end up like this? I looked down at my clothes, then at the bags in my hands, and asked in confusion, what is wrong? Why are you here? The woman looked at me with deep affection. Leave Bai Ningbing. Come back to me. I can give you a better life now. It hurts me to see you suffering. Come back to me. I promise I will give you a wonderful life. If not for the memories I had of this woman, I might truly have been moved by the affection in her eyes. Liu Ruyan, the Liu Group's third heiress. She had also been the original owner's former girlfriend. When she was with the original owner, she enjoyed his devotion, while mocking him for trying to live off a rich woman. Though she was wealthy, she never spent a cent on him. During their relationship, the original owner was always the one paying. She summoned him whenever she pleased, and dismissed him just as easily. Utterly smug and superior, it was not until Bai Ningbing approached her that she put on an affectionate act, hoping to make the original owner reject Bai Ningbing. The original owner had sincerely loved her. He denied himself food and clothes, saving money for her to spend. But this woman only wanted to toy with him. Fortunately, the original owner was still somewhat rational. He had not completely fallen into her love trap. Back then, he had nearly rejected Bai Ningbing. Luckily, by a twist of fate, he learned of Bai Ningbing's other side. Only then did he finally give up on her. And because of that, the original owner came to believe that in this life, only money could be relied upon. That was why he became someone who only knew how to spend money. You could say the original owner's tragedy was at least half this woman's fault. And this vile woman seeking me out now was certainly not because she loved me. I did not know what she was plotting, but she clearly meant no good. Bai Ningbing used to be someone she could only admire and look up to from afar. Now that Bai Ningbing had fallen from power, if I could be lured away so easily, it would surely deal Bai Ningbing another blow. Perhaps she even wanted to do something more to Bai Ningbing. So I shook my head. I am not going with you. Go back where you came from. Why? Bai Ningbing is already a complete failure. She will only make you suffer. What do you see in her? Marriage means sharing good times together and facing hardship together. I am her husband. Of course I should stay by her side, no matter what becomes of her. I cannot just abandon her. She has only suffered a temporary setback. Even if she became severely disabled, I would still take care of her. This is not about hardship or money. As long as she does not divorce me, I cannot leave her. Besides, she needs me now more than ever. What nonsense are you talking about? If I am not mistaken, she barely interacts with you, does she? All she does is keep giving you money to buy things. You do not love her at all. Why suffer alongside her? Liu Ruyan looked at me as if I were an idiot. Who says she has not treated me well? When she had money, she gave me plenty every month. Though she had no time to keep me company, I could spend freely. Those sums might have meant little to her, but nobody gets money for nothing. Giving it was an act of kindness. Not giving it would have been her right. Since she gave it to me, I should be grateful. Now that she has fallen on hard times, even if we divorce, she still lets me stay in our rented home. She is even willing to give me most of what she has left. She has done more than enough for me. And you call that treating me well? If that is not treating me well, then what is? There was never any love between us. For someone of her character, doing this much is already admirable. You say she is no good. Are you any better? How am I not better? If you came with me, I would treat you very well. Before Liu Ruyan could continue, I cut her off. I had no money in college. You always looked down on me, thinking I was trying to live off a rich woman like you. For nearly 2 years, you never spent a cent while we were together. Even your gifts were freebies that came with purchases. Meanwhile, I worked part-time jobs to earn money for you. Then you turned around and dumped me, and that is treating me well. What nonsense are you saying? What kind of person do you take me for? Did Bai Ningbing tell you something that made you misunderstand me? A dark look flashed through Liu Ruyan's eyes. You think too highly of yourself. Someone like Bai Ningbing would never mention you to me. She would not even notice you. You are the only one constantly watching her, trying to get her attention. As the saying goes, what kind of person you are is how you see the world. Go wherever you belong. I do not want to say anything harsher. Liu Ruyan's gaze darkened further. She stepped closer. With a fragile look, she said, Xiaoyu, you must have been brainwashed by Bai Ningbing. How could you think that? I really do love you. That Bai Ningbing has no money now. Is that why she refuses to let you go? Do not be so foolish. Stop. Do not come any closer. In short, abandoning your wife while she is down and out is not something a decent person would do. I will not leave her at a time like this. Give up on that idea. Even if I do leave her, it will only be when she no longer needs me. Liu Ruyan was about to say more, when applause and cheers suddenly erupted nearby. Well said. Well said. Well said, young man. Your values are truly sound. Exactly. If everyone thought like this nowadays, there would not be so many divorces. You are a fine man, young fellow. Your wife did not lose out by marrying you. Only then did I notice. Not far away, there was a group of older men and women clearly heading home after exercising. They walked over. The elderly man in front looked Liu Ruyan up and down, then shook his head. TSK, young lady. He and his wife are doing just fine. Trying to steal someone else's spouse is not right. Just imagine if you were married, and women kept trying to steal your spouse every day. How would that make you feel? What you would not want for yourself, do not do to others. Exactly. You say his wife has no money now, so he should divorce her and go with you. Can you guarantee that you will never be broke one day? It was as though the older crowd had flipped a switch. One after another, they began criticizing her, giving Liu Ruyan no chance to argue back. Within minutes, she became a morally bankrupt, hopelessly shameless woman with twisted values. I quickly stepped aside for them, hiding behind the crowd and holding back my laughter. She needs to be taught a lesson. You should give her a proper talking to. I need to get home and cook, so I will be going now. We can talk again sometime. No problem. Go on home. Leave this to us. Not far away. Bai Ningbing and Gu Xiaoyu had witnessed the entire scene. They sat in the car, without moving for a long while. Once Liu Ruyan obediently admitted her mistake, and the older crowd let her go. Gu Xiaoyu finally spoke in disbelief. Ningbing, that was Brother Xiaoyu, right? Why do I feel like he is a completely different person? It was definitely him. Brother Xiaoyu is a really good person. I only knew he spent recklessly before. But now that you are supposedly bankrupt, he still refuses to leave you. He would rather suffer than leave your side. And it is not even because he loves you, but out of principle. Just as those older folks said, his values are incredibly sound. Bai Ningbing also felt then that her understanding of me might have been wrong. After saying goodbye to Gu Xiaoyu, Bai Ningbing went straight home. The moment she opened the door, she saw me with my laptop in my arms, curled up on the rug before the living room sofa, my fingers clattering across the keys. The house was filled with the aroma of meat. You are back. Bai Ningbing set the fruit she had bought beside the coffee table, then walked over curiously. On closer inspection, she found that I was writing a story. I have forgotten most of what I learned in my major, but I still remember some things I learned before. I have also always read novels, so I know a fair bit about this field. I am thinking of trying my hand at writing web novels. You do not mind, do you? I asked aloud, without pausing my typing. Bai Ningbing thought that suited my circumstances well enough. After all, she did not expect me to earn money. She gave no clear opinion. As long as it makes you happy. I knew. This young heiress surely looked down on such things, and probably did not know much about them either. So I changed the subject. The ribs are already stewing. We should be able to eat in about an hour. Go take care of your business. Bai Ningbing nodded, washed up, changed clothes, and went to her room. She did not come out again. An hour later, I knocked on her door and called her out to eat. 2 bowls of rice sat on the table. The spread was quite generous. The red and green dishes looked beautiful. I had even added garnishes. It was clearly prepared with care. It is my first time making sweet and sour ribs. I do not know if they taste good. Try some. If they are not good, I can make smashed cucumber salad later. Ever since my parents had an accident when I was in college, I have lived alone. Influenced by my parents, my standards for quality of life are not especially high, but they are certainly not low either. I clean the house regularly and cook whenever I have time. I live a very routine life, so I have no trouble with basic life skills. What I said this time was merely modesty. I would not claim to be an amazing cook, but I can handle home-style meals. I always did the cooking at gatherings with friends, and earned plenty of praise. Bai Ningbing picked up a piece and put it in her mouth. She nodded. Not bad. It is quite tasty. That is good. Then eat more. The past few days have been a mess. You have not eaten well, or rested well. You have worked hard. I poured a cup of lemon tea and slid it before her. This lemon tea has a little honey in it. It will give you some vitamins. Drink as much as you can. Do not mind the sourness. Bai Ningbing studied me intently. She could not shake the feeling that the man before her had become someone else. He did not match the information she had found before, or the man she had lived with for the past 2 years. But she truly had not paid close attention to him. So, she could not say her previous information was complete. She could only suppress her doubts. You have worked hard. Not at all. I am home all day, sheltered from the wind, and untouched by the rain. You are the one outside, dealing with so much. That must be exhausting. Eat more. I smiled, just thinking about it. I knew. Bai Ningbing had once been far beyond anyone's reach. When old Master Bai was still alive, who would dare oppose the Bai family? And Bai Ningbing had been the most outstanding since childhood. Countless people had been compared to her by their parents, and grown up being scolded for falling short. Now that old Master Bai was gone, the Bai family's distant branches only wanted to carve up the family fortune. As for the rest, they could not wait for Bai Ningbing to collapse. They would never lend a hand. They would rather kick Bai Ningbing while she was down, and watch the person they once could only admire from afar be trampled beneath their feet. Before I transmigrated, I never understood while reading the novel why Bai Ningbing insisted on refusing help from her close friends. If she had simply accepted their help, she would not have fallen so far. Unfortunately, our relationship was not very good now, so I could not bring myself to ask. Then again, Bai Ningbing had once been a privileged young heiress, so she probably had her own reasons. I did not know whether Bai Ningbing enjoyed the meal, but I was completely satisfied. Bai Ningbing probably did not dislike my cooking either, because she ate 2 bowls of rice. I will leave the dishes in the kitchen for now. Do not touch them. I will wash them after my afternoon nap. I tossed the dishes into the kitchen sink, washed some fruit, and carried it out to the coffee table. Then I curled up there again and kept typing. Since I was writing something I had written before, I naturally wrote very quickly. Besides, I had long trained myself to type fast. That morning, I had already finished a 2,000-word outline. At this pace, I should finish 20,000 words tomorrow and submit it. Bai Ningbing and I are in a difficult period right now. We desperately need money. I do not understand business, so all I can do is earn more and ease Bai Ningbing's burden. Bai Ningbing went back to her room. Once the door closed, I had no idea what she was doing inside. At nearly 1:30, I forced myself to shut down the computer and drag myself off for a nap. The living room immediately fell silent. In her bedroom, Bai Ningbing hesitated. She texted Gu Xiaoyu, "Forget it. I will watch what he does next. You do not need to investigate him for now. Maybe I am overthinking it. Let us wait a little longer." Less than an hour later, my alarm went off. I climbed out of bed, my head still feeling foggy. I stumbled to the bathroom and found the door shut. I silently scolded myself as I grabbed the handle and yanked the door open. Just as I was about to step inside, I looked up and locked eyes with the person inside. Our eyes met. Sorry, I was still half asleep. I thought I was the only one here. After blurting that out, I ran red-faced to my room and shut the door. I wanted to slap myself. That was so embarrassing. It took me a long while to compose myself. Then I opened my door and went out. Bai Ningbing happened to be coming out of the bathroom. Our eyes met again. Though we stood 4 or 5 yards apart, she said, "It is fine. Do not be so embarrassed. This place is small. We will be running into each other all the time. You will get used to it." Right? I will get used to it. Are you not going out today? I have already handled everything I needed to today. I will stay in this afternoon. After Bai Ningbing said that, she suddenly remembered something. I have not been home these past few days. Is there anything you need help with? I felt a little uneasy. What is it? Is something wrong? Though I grew up in the Bai family, I am not so spoiled that I lack basic life skills. We live together in this small home now. So, tell me directly if you need anything. I am not only good for making money. Alright, I understand. Looking at Bai Ningbing's serious expression, I actually found her adorable. Whether she succeeded or failed in business, her looks were beyond reproach. As the most beautiful woman in the author's story, she was stunning even without an expression. The fact that I could face a woman like her, without falling for her, was honestly impressive. Having said that, Bai Ningbing gave me a deeply meaningful look before returning to her room. Then I suddenly realized something. I got up and rushed to her door. "What do you want for dinner?" "Anything is fine. I am not picky." Well, the heiress was easier to please than I expected. I wandered back. I went back to typing beside the coffee table. After finishing a chapter, I suddenly remembered the items I had listed online. I hurriedly opened the site to check. Good lord, I had already sold 12 watches and 2 outfits. I did not know much about luxury goods, so before listing them, I had first checked their prices online and listed them at 20% off. Many of the items were still unopened, but I was afraid Bai Ningbing might urgently need money later, so I did not dare price them too high. I had worried they were too expensive for anyone to buy, but they sold surprisingly fast. I wrote down all the shipping addresses. After saving the file, I ran into the room to find the watches and clothes. There was quite a lot to ship, so I arranged for a courier to collect it. Half an hour later, everything was packed. The courier arrived as well. Bai Ningbing must have heard the commotion. She opened her door and came out. "What are you doing?" "There were too many clothes and watches before. I do not go out now, and they take up too much space sitting there. So I picked out some and sold them. These are what I sold today. I need to send them to the buyers soon." "No, we have not fallen so far that you need to sell your belongings. I mainly just think they take up space. Besides, they are no longer the latest models. I would not use them even if I kept them. It is better to sell them for cash. That way, if I see a new model I like later, I can still buy it. That should be enough to save the heiress's pride, right?" I thought I was being quite considerate, but I did not know which words had moved her. Bai Ningbing's hand trembled as she held mine. Then she let go. She did not stop me again. She simply said, "All right, we will buy new ones later." As if I would dare buy new ones. One watch costs tens of thousands. That is enough to cover half a year of my living expenses. Buy a few watches, and I would be eating dirt. That was what I grumbled to myself. But I did not let it show. After all, She was a wealthy heiress. She had her pride to protect. I put on a smile. I will wait for you to buy me new watches someday. Bai Ningbing was briefly dazzled by the smile before her. So familiar, yet so unfamiliar these past few days. It caught her off guard. She lowered her gaze and saw the packed boxes on the floor. She bent down to help pick them up and handed them to the courier. Only after the courier left with the packages did Bai Ningbing ask, "How many are you planning to sell?" There were originally over 100 watches and more than 80 outfits. More than 70 of the watches were unopened. I plan to sell all of those. Of the remaining 50 or so, I will sell more than 40. Keeping 10 watches should be enough for me. As for the clothes, I will keep around 30 outfits and sell all the rest. I thought Bai Ningbing would stop me. Instead, Bai Ningbing merely nodded and said nothing more. She casually picked up an apple and sat on the sofa to peel it. For a moment, I could not read her thoughts. I did not know whether what I was doing had hurt her pride. Real life mattered more than all that needless overthinking. Even if she minded, there was nothing I could do. I had checked this morning. Housing prices in this story had only risen halfway to their eventual peak. I did not know what Bai Ningbing had planned, or whether she could truly make a comeback. But no matter what happened, I had to find a way to buy a home first. Once I sold the watches and clothes, I could make a down payment. Then I would give the remaining money to Bai Ningbing and slowly pay off the mortgage myself. That way, even if the heiress could not make a comeback, at least we would have a roof over our heads. My thoughts ran wild. I sat by the coffee table, staring at the computer screen. For a while, I did not move. Then a peeled apple suddenly appeared before me. Its sweet fragrance washed over me. The peel had been removed in smooth, even strips. I swallowed instinctively. I realized Bai Ningbing was holding out the peeled apple, right in front of me. "Is this for me?" Bai Ningbing held the apple out further. "You've had to put up with a lot." I was flattered beyond words. In the original novel, Bai Ningbing never got close to men. She had no patience for them either. Yet now she was peeling an apple for me, and smiling so beautifully. It was astonishing. I hurriedly accepted the apple. I assured her, "It is nothing. I bought them with your money anyway. You never held it against me for being a spendthrift before. I am already very grateful." Bai Ningbing actually smiled. Her face was usually cold, not especially icy, but still too distant for anyone to approach. But when she suddenly smiled now, I was completely stunned. How could such a breathtakingly beautiful woman exist? "Do not worry. I will definitely buy you even more watches someday." I nodded instinctively. When I came to my senses, I felt a little shy. "I believe you will definitely make a comeback. Do not rush. I will wait for you to buy me watches then. Keep going. You can do it." With a faint smile, Bai Ningbing got up and returned to her room. Out of my sight, a glint of amusement flashed through her eyes. I spent another afternoon rushing to finish my manuscript. I finally managed to write over 10,000 words. The two of us had a simple dinner. Then we went back to our own business. I stayed up until midnight. I successfully finished 20,000 words. After breakfast the next morning, Bai Ningbing went out, and I worked on submitting my manuscript. I checked the second-hand marketplace. I sold another 8 watches and an outfit. It was as though I could see piles of money pouring endlessly into my wallet. I was in a great mood. Just as I organized and submitted my manuscript, I heard someone knock at the door. "Who is it?" I stood up to answer the door. The voice outside belonged to a man. "It is me, Liu Jinyan." Who was Liu Jinyan? As I went to open the door, I searched my memories. After thinking for a long time, I still could not place him. When I opened the door, there was only one man outside. He had a roguishly handsome face. The moment he saw me, he looked me up and down with an appraising gaze. It made me deeply uncomfortable. "Aren't you going to invite me in?" As Liu Jinyan spoke, he tried to enter. I had no idea who this guy was, so I quickly blocked his way. "Who exactly are you looking for? If you are Gu Xiaoyu, then you are exactly who I came to see." He turned sideways and squeezed into the apartment. "Sister Bai is not here right now, is she?" He was already inside, and it did not seem right to throw him out, so I could only close the door. I poured him a cup of tea and set it before him. "She is not here. She went out early this morning." "What do you want with me?" "Of course I have a reason. To be honest, you are fairly good-looking, but you have neither family status nor ability. Sister Bai truly got the short end of the stick by marrying you." I know it was because Grandpa Bai wanted to repay a debt of gratitude that he had you marry Sister Bai. But after being married to her for so many years, you could not help her career. and all you do every day is shop and have fun. You cannot do anything else. Do you not feel ashamed? May I ask something? What exactly are you to Bai Ningbing? Sister Bai and I grew up together as childhood sweethearts. She has always been especially good to me. If not for you, we might have been together long ago. But I have never heard of you. Isn't that obvious? Do you think Sister Bai would tell you that we grew up together as childhood sweethearts? It seemed Bai Ningbing truly would not have mentioned him to the original owner. For one thing, they were not close. For another, he would not pry into her affairs. I nodded. So what exactly is your purpose in coming to see me? Sister Bai needs help more than ever now. How can you keep dragging her down? My father has already agreed. As long as we get married, he will help Sister Bai make a comeback. So you should divorce her. If Bai Ningbing wants a divorce, she can come tell me herself. Why did she have you relay it? It is not like I would cling to her shamelessly. Or is this really just what you want? How could Sister Bai take the initiative in something so undignified? Of course she would be too embarrassed to say it. You have to take the initiative yourself. You have spent so much of her money, and you have not helped her at all these years. Yet she has never made things difficult for you. Now she is in trouble. You cannot offer much help. So, shouldn't you at least stop being a burden? You take the initiative and ask for a divorce. Then she can go along with it, and everyone saves face. Is this Bai Ningbing's decision? This is my decision. Why do you still not understand? Sister Bai is not the kind of person who would do this. What she needs now is for us to step up and help her. You divorce her first, then I can marry her, and she can accept my father's help. If this is what Bai Ningbing wants, then I have no problem asking for a divorce. But you said this is what you want. Then let me ask you this. Before Bai Ningbing and I got married, were you two a couple? Did she love you? Liu Jinyan froze with his cup halfway to his lips. That is not important. She is not good at expressing herself. Besides, she does not love you either. I can help her, while you can only drag her down. I am 100 times better for her than you are. You are wrong. Maybe I do not know Bai Ningbing that well either, but I am certain of this. She would never easily accept your father's help, especially when that help comes in exchange for marrying you. You think persuading your father to help her is good for her, but you never considered this. If she relies on your father to make a comeback, how will she establish herself in the world afterward? She will never escape the reputation of succeeding through a marriage alliance. I truly do not know Bai Ningbing very well, but I believe the villain described in the original novel is not someone who would live off the man's money. In fact, if she had been willing to bow her head, she would not have faced so many hardships and dangers. How could someone like her accept using her own marriage as a bargaining chip to secure her own comeback? At least, not anytime soon. Actually, I would not mind divorcing Bai Ningbing, but I will never do it because someone else pressured me. I made my position clear. Whatever Bai Ningbing wants is her own decision. I will absolutely respect her choice. It was as if Liu Jingnian's tail had been stepped on. He exploded at once. You just want to keep holding her back by refusing to divorce her, do you not? How can you be so selfish? Ningbing has already done more than enough for you. Now she finally has a chance to make a comeback. Yet you want to destroy it with your own hands. You are absolutely disgusting. Mr. Liu, I have been polite enough with you. You suddenly came here today and said a whole lot of inappropriate things. Anyone who did not know better would think you were eager to wreck someone else's marriage. The marriage between Bai Ningbing and me is not something outsiders get to interfere with. Even if you mean well and want to help Bai Ningbing, you should not have come here to say this to me. If you want to help her, go talk to her. I cannot make decisions for her. It is not like I would cling to her relentlessly. As for not getting divorced, anyone with half a thought can see this. If she truly loved you, then before Grandpa Bai came to me, why did you to not get married? If you say your feelings were not strong enough, then why were you not even a couple? You keep saying, she is not someone who betrays her word. But what you are doing is pushing her to break her word and betray her principles. And you have not considered the practical consequences for her at all. What gives you the right to say that? You are nothing but a kept man who knows only how to spend money. What gives you the right to criticize me? Because I am still her husband, at least on paper. As long as I remain her husband, I have every right to call out anyone trying to interfere in our marriage. I used to do nothing but spend money on things. I did not help her much either, but she agreed to let me buy them. She never minded. Why are you so anxious? If you want to marry her, go tell her. As long as you reach an agreement with her, I will divorce her without another word. But if you are saying it to me, I will not agree. You have no shame. Furious, Liu Jingmian slammed his cup onto the table. I was no longer angry. Calmly, I toyed with my cup. You want to destroy someone else's marriage. Yet you do not think you should be ashamed. Where do you get the nerve to call me shameless? Since you think I am shameless, we clearly have nothing left to say to each other. In the end, you just do not want a divorce. Then assume I do not want one. Having gotten his answer, and knowing he could not achieve his goal today, Liu Jingmian stood up and stormed out. Before leaving, he turned back and snapped at me. Just wait. Ningbing will dump you sooner or later. The front door closed again. I let out a quiet sigh. It was one thing for the heroine to be so lovable. Even the villain was this lovable. If my conscience could bear it, I would honestly like a divorce. But it was only a thought. I could never do it. Take over someone else's body and then feel entitled to spend Bai Ningbing's money, even though I had not spent that money myself. But on paper, it was all on my account now, was it not? Putting the matter aside, I opened the website and noted the addresses and styles. Then I went to my room to gather the watches I had sold. After packing them, I called the courier. The items sold today needed to be shipped early too. All told, the things I sold had brought in more than 2 million yuan. Once the buyers received their orders, a large sum would land in my bank account. Once I sold a few more things, I could buy a small apartment, make the down payment, and finally own a home. At that thought, I was suddenly full of motivation. I did not feel like writing for the moment, so I opened the website instead and started browsing properties in the city. I had to choose my first home carefully. After browsing for a while, it was nearly noon. I did not even have time to close the page before rushing off to cook. When Miss Bai left this morning, she told me she would come home for lunch. It was all my fault. I was too absorbed in imagining my wonderful future and forgot to check the time. I was making wontons for lunch. The filling had been prepared that morning, and I had bought the wrappers yesterday. So my hands moved expertly, as if following a rhythm, one every few seconds. Before long, I had folded more than 20. As I was folding them, Miss Bai came home. I was so focused on my work that I did not even look up. You are back. Yes. What are you making? Standing in the doorway, Bai Ningbing could only see my quick movements, not what I was actually doing. She asked without thinking. Folding wontons. We are having wontons for lunch. Then I will make some flatbreads. So, we do not have to worry about going hungry. I said it as naturally as could be. Making flatbreads and folding wontons were not things an ordinary person who only knew simple home cooking could pull off. Doubts rose in Bai Ningbing's heart again. But the next moment, when she saw me sitting there quietly, expertly folding wontons, she decided it was not worth dwelling on. Come to think of it, I have not had these in a long time either. The words slipped out of Bai Ningbing's mouth. Then she found herself acting strangely and fell silent, as if hiding something. She went to the bathroom to wash her hands. I did not notice her strange behavior at all. I liked wontons too, thinking about how, lately, Bai Ningbing had been swamped with business matters. How could she have had time to care about food? Besides, wontons were just a snack, so it was normal not to have them for a long time. Then would you like to eat more? If you want some, I will cook extra later. I can fold the rest and freeze them, then cook them whenever we do not feel like making dinner. Then make extra, Bai Ningbing said as she came out after washing her hands. She had not had any snacks in a very long time. The last time had been 3 or 4 years ago. If I had not suddenly brought them up, she would not even have realized how long it had been since she had truly relaxed. Okay, then I will cook extra later. As I spoke, my hands never stopped moving. To me, life was full of hope and little joys. Life is what you make of it. Getting a second chance at life was already a blessing. Every gift life offered should be treasured. Being able to sit here peacefully and fold wontons, then eat them, was happiness. Nearly an hour later, 2 steaming bowls of wontons were served. I called Bai Ningbing out. I was already seated. I tilted my head and nodded, gesturing for Bai Ningbing to sit down. A hopeful smile played on my lips. Go on, try them. I think my wontons turned out pretty well. I do not know how much you usually eat. Wontons alone are not very filling, so I made some wraps too. By the way, do you eat wraps? Hearing that, Bai Ningbing found it a little funny, but did not show it. Of course I do. I am a normal person too. With that, she sat down and tried one. After savoring it, she gave her verdict. It tastes pretty good. See, I told you my wontons were good, mostly because I like them. Since they are good, you should have more. The two of us ate at different speeds. Bai Ningbing ate only about half as much as I did, yet she finished at almost the same time. This time, when I was about to wash the dishes, she suddenly spoke behind me. I will buy a dishwasher. It is only a few dishes. It does not take much effort. There is no need to spend more money. It does not cost much. It's fine, Bai Ningbing said casually. I immediately looked conflicted. What is it, miss? Had Miss Bai still not adjusted to our new circumstances? Had she not realized that we were no longer as wealthy as before? I debated whether to remind Miss Bai bluntly, but seeing her faintly furrowed brow, the words I meant to say came out entirely differently. All right, I will buy one later. You do not need to worry about it. I am very particular, so it may take me a long time to choose one. After saying that, I sighed inwardly. Good-looking people really do get away with more. I could not even bring myself to say anything that might hurt Miss Bai's pride. Anyway, I had already said I was picky, so it was only natural if I took ages and found none I liked. Watching my conflicted expression, Bai Ningbing suddenly understood what her husband was struggling with. For a moment, a strange feeling rose in her heart. Her grandfather had once forced her to live without money, and she had known that hardship. But after completing her trial at 15, she had never felt poor again. This time, it was not that she had no money. It was that her husband in name believed she did. Yet even so, he had never said in front of her that she had no money. It was a very strange feeling. Even she could not explain what she was thinking. I have things to do. I am going back to my room first. With that, Bai Ningbing turned and went back to her room, leaving me to keep washing the dishes alone. I hummed as I washed the dishes. Life was going pretty well. I had a place to live, food to eat, and the watches and clothes were selling well. Soon, I would even have a place of my own. Life could only get better from here. Miss Bai was more than capable. It was only a matter of time before she made a comeback. Maybe she would even share some money with me then. Even if she never got back on her feet, that was fine. I could support the household myself. For now, she had me, someone who barely counted as a friend. If anything happened, she would not be left with no one to rely on. I certainly would not be unemployed forever. Then I could live an ordinary life. If she wanted a divorce, I would divorce her. Then, slowly, we could each find someone suitable. It would be good if we were both well. After washing up, I wrote for a while longer. Then I got ready for a nap. Just then, Bai Ningbing suddenly came out of her room. Did Liu Jinyan give you trouble today? I would not call it trouble. He asked me to take the initiative and divorce you. I refused. I thought there was nothing between you two. If you like him, we can divorce anytime. He also said his father could help you, as long as you marry him. There really is nothing between him and me, and I will not divorce you because of him. You did well. As for everything else, we will discuss it later. For now, I do not need anyone's help. Besides, these are not matters his father can solve. I understand. That was what I thought too. I got up, ready to return to my room for a nap. Bai Ningbing suddenly spoke. She studied me closely. Do you have anything else to do? Since when have you had a habit of taking naps? My body stiffened. I explained, slightly guilty. I suddenly realized that my old routine was unhealthy, and that I was not in very good shape. So I am making myself change. You could try taking a nap at noon too. You will have more energy in the afternoon, and be more efficient. Then get some rest. Bai Ningbing got up and returned to her room. I was left standing there, feeling uneasy. I wondered if I had said something wrong. After such a huge upheaval as a family bankruptcy, who would not change a little? Back in her room, Bai Ningbing sat expressionlessly at her desk again, lost in thought. After a while, she still seemed unable to make up her mind. Instead, she picked up her phone and made a call. Buy a dishwasher and deliver it here in the next few days. She still needed to look into a few things. Before that, it was best to continue as things were. After the call, Bai Ningbing placed her phone on the desk. Her eyes inadvertently fell on the bed beside her. She recalled what I had just said. Was taking a nap really that good? Before she came to her senses, she had unconsciously lain down on the bed. Her whole body relaxed. It actually did feel quite nice. She had spent the past few years busy with one thing after another. It had been a long time since she had slept soundly without a care. Before she knew it, it was already 2:30 in the afternoon. I pushed open my door and came out. I gave a long, satisfying stretch, then went to the bathroom and washed my face. The moment I stepped out, I saw Bai Ningbing coming out of her room. Her eyes were still slightly unfocused. Good heavens, Did Miss Bai always look like this when she woke up? She was unbelievably beautiful. How could someone like her be a villain? The author must have put a great deal of effort into creating this villain, only to give her such a tragic ending. What a waste. As I thought that, I did not notice my expression. A trace of pity slipped into it. Bai Ningbing noticed. That pity in my expression seemed to scald Bai Ningbing. She immediately looked away. Do you need the bathroom? No, no. I am done already. Go right ahead. I quickly moved aside. After Bai Ningbing went in, I shrugged, sat back down at my computer, and got ready to write. The moment I opened the messaging app, I saw a friend request. The note said they were an editor from the literary website. Hearing the commotion outside, Bai Ningbing came out right after washing her hands. What is it? My novel passed its initial review. Once it passes the second and final reviews, it can start making money. Really? Then congratulations. Congratulations to us both. After saying that, I stopped paying attention to Bai Ningbing. I immersed myself in my novel and lowered my head to keep writing. Seeing me busy at my computer, Bai Ningbing went back into the bathroom. That afternoon, I arranged for a courier to pick up the packages. A young woman came. Mr. Gu, do you run an online store? These watches all look quite nice. If possible, could you sell me one at a discount? I want to give it to my boyfriend as a gift. I froze, then quickly waved my hands. Sorry, I do not run an online store. I am only shipping these for a friend. His watches do not seem cheap. They seem rather expensive. They apparently cost over 10,000 yuan each. That is too much money for me to decide. If you are interested, I can ask for you. Over 10,000 each? Oh my god. Then these must be luxury watches. I do not know much about them. Maybe they are. Either way, they are expensive. As I spoke, the elevator doors beside us suddenly opened. Bai Ningbing stepped out. She had heard everything I had just said. What is it? Nothing. The courier wants to buy a watch, but the watches are not mine. I thought I could ask whether my friend might give her a discount. No, no. Since these are luxury watches, forget it. I am just an ordinary person. I could never wear such an expensive watch normally. Is this all for the shipment? If that is all, I will pack up and get going. They will be shipped out shortly. Yes, that is all. Then thank you for your help. The courier picked up the packages and took the elevator away. Only then did I realize I had been blocking the doorway. I quickly moved aside to let Bai Ningbing in. Why are you back so early? There was not much to handle today. Why did you say the watches belonged to someone else? It would not have been appropriate to say they were mine. We live here. We do not know how good the security is. If people notice we have money, it could put us in danger. Besides, that courier company has come here several times. They know our faces by now. We will need them to ship packages for us again. If I said they were mine, but did not offer a big discount, they might resent me afterward. What if they tamper with my shipments? I follow the proper process afterward, but it would still be a hassle. After all, you never truly know what is in someone's heart. We are not close either. It is simply not worth the risk. Yes, you have thought it through. By the way, there is a cocktail party in a few days. We need to attend together. Start preparing early. I have barely been to any cocktail parties. Would going now cause you trouble? It is fine. At this point, there is nothing anyone can do to make things worse for me. Even if they can, a little trouble makes no difference. Bai Ningbing calmly picked up a cup from the table and poured herself water. Her words left a bitter taste in my heart. All right, I will prepare properly. Over the next 2 days, Bai Ningbing still left early and returned late, but she ate breakfast and dinner at home. Out of habit, I made meals each morning and evening. Every day, I diligently wrote and sold things, while constantly researching cocktail party etiquette. One day, Bai Ningbing noticed as soon as she came in that I was not curled up on the couch as usual. Instead, the instant I heard the door open, I stared at her with blazing eyes. Wearing a somewhat strange expression, she looked at the clothes on the couch and asked, "What is this? Why did you buy so many clothes? Miss Bai, help me out. It has been so long since I attended a cocktail party. I have no idea what styles are appropriate these days. These are the more suitable formal outfits I picked out. Which one do you think is better? Did you not used to prefer choosing your own clothes? My circumstances changed so suddenly then, and I was a little sensitive. That was why I insisted on choosing my own clothes, to protect what little dignity I had. But I understand now. You are who you are. There is no need to be so touchy and make people look down on you. It is better to openly admit what you do not know. It seems you have figured things out. Then hurry and tell me which outfit suits me best. I cannot decide. Bai Ningbing looked them over, then casually pointed to the most classic black suit. This one. It is understated and quite suitable. All right. This one it is. Once we chose the outfit, I put the other clothes away. When it was time to leave for the party, Bai Ningbing drove us there herself. I deliberately sat in the back seat. Bai Ningbing glanced at me in the rearview mirror. You are wearing so little. Will you be cold? I am fine. It is long-sleeved after all. And it is not that cold yet. Why do I feel that you are acting a little strange around me? How could that be? We have no grudge against each other. You have been so good to me. I have not even thanked you enough. It is just that we did not interact much before. Recently, we have been seeing each other all day, every day. I am just not used to it. I will get used to it over time. In the rearview mirror, Bai Ningbing watched me rub the back of my head. My forced smile faded, leaving me looking a little lost. She suddenly lost the desire to speak. Neither of us said anything else. Soon, we arrived at the largest hotel in the city. Bai Ningbing and I had just reached the entrance when someone blocked our way, seemingly by accident. The man before us was slightly overweight, with greasy, shining hair. A flamboyantly dressed woman clung to his arm. He wore an openly malicious smile. That parcel of land in the east side of town. Guangyuan Group has been watching it closely lately. Shouldn't you be keeping an eye on it? President froze for a moment. His expression twisted. Then he forced out a smile. President Bai, you are as impressive as ever. It has been a long time. What a pleasure to see you. Bai Ningbing ignored him. She led me around him and continued inside. I followed Bai Ningbing into the cocktail party. I spotted several old fair-weather drinking buddies. They were either live-in husbands or sons of wealthy heiresses, and none of them were held in high regard. Some saw me holding a glass and started toward me, but when they noticed Bai Ningbing beside me, they obediently backed off. Some even signaled to me with their eyes. You are not going over. Why would I? Are you looking to get killed? Forget it. We were never close anyway. It was all just superficial politeness. Now the situation had changed. Better not be friends anymore. We had barely taken a few steps when two more young men approached with women clinging to their arms. The man walking faster was slightly older, around 30. He wore a fake smile. Isn't this Miss Bai? It has been so long. And this gentleman beside you is. Look at my memory. I must be getting old. You are Miss Bai's husband, aren't you? It is rare to see you two out together. What? Are things not going well for you? Short on money lately. I always heard your marriage was not doing well. But seeing you now, that was clearly just gossip. It has been a long time. I thought Mr. Tang was too unwell to get out of bed. Turns out you can still get up. Smart people, when they fall once, know to avoid the same place next time. But less intelligent people will keep falling in the same place until it kills them. Wouldn't you agree, President Tang? Yes, but some things that were once pitfalls are now treasures lying at our feet. When people see a treasure, naturally, everyone wants to pick it up. I trust Miss Bai understands what I mean. Oh, right? I heard Miss Bai has run into some business trouble lately. We do know each other, after all. So let me offer you a kind reminder, Miss Bai. Sometimes, wealth is not just money. It can also be people. I instinctively clenched my fist and stepped in front of Bai Ningbing. Just then, a woman's voice came from beside us. Second sister, what are you doing here? The two men across from us turned pale. Both men took a step back. We were just looking around. What are you just still standing here for? My second sister. Since when could you speak to her so casually? Have the Tang and Shi families become so lacking in manners? Why are you still standing here? Are you waiting for me to escort you out? Do you think I am as patient as my second sister? The two men nodded, then immediately turned and left. Meanwhile, the women beside them curiously tried to turn and look at Rongyu, but the men harshly scolded them. Second sister, honestly, fine, come if you want, but why bring him? And even if you brought him, you did not even tell me. Those two idiots just now actually dared to come and make themselves noticed in front of you. You are far too patient. It is fine. They are just a few clowns. But you do not usually attend events like this. Why did you come this time? I was worried that if you came, you might run into someone who did not know better. It took some effort, but I got my agent to cancel an event for me. Still, it is a good thing I came. Otherwise, those two fools earlier, who knows what else they might have said. Rongyu turned to look at me. Her gaze was appraising. as she sized me up from head to toe. Given my second sister's current situation, you have no chance of squeezing money out of her. So stop putting on an act. You should leave. I gave an awkward smile and said nothing. Do not talk nonsense. We are not divorced yet. Come on, let us sit over there. All right, I will go with you. With Xiao Rongyu sitting beside us, no one else dared approach us. Among these people, anyone with even a little status knew Xiao Rongyu was not someone to provoke. I had expected plenty of awkward encounters tonight, but we had barely sat down before Bai Ningbing was ready to leave with me. Xiao Rongyu tried to invite Bai Ningbing to do something together. After Bai Ningbing declined, the two of us went home. In the car, I watched Bai Ningbing driving ahead of me. I hesitated for a full 3 minutes before working up the nerve to speak. Did you accomplish what you came to the cocktail party for today? More or less. Earlier, I sold all those watches and clothes. Did I not? So, we have a little money now. I was thinking, since we have settled our assets and do not owe any debts, why not buy a small apartment? We can make the down payment first. I will pay off the rest with my writing income. We can keep enough for 6 months of living expenses in reserve. You can use whatever is left for business or anything else. Bai Ningbing paused. She looked at me through the rearview mirror. How can it not be urgent? Housing prices change every day. If we do not buy soon, we will only lose more the longer we wait. Renting is not a long-term solution. If it makes you uncomfortable or uneasy, we can put the apartment in your name. Once we have a home, at least we can be sure we will always have somewhere to live. All right, I will think about it. That evening, after we got home, I returned to my room and continued writing. Bai Ningbing received a phone call. Second sister, I found what you asked me to investigate. I sent an encrypted file to your mail. I have not shared this information with anyone. Take a look. Bai Ningbing's laptop was open to her inbox. She let out a soft sigh. Her index finger, absent-mindedly, tapped the table in a steady rhythm. Her brow drew together slightly. After a long while, she picked up her phone and made a call. Hello? Is this Master Wang? I would like to ask, could there be someone in the world who, without having dissociative identity disorder or schizophrenia, seems to have become a completely different person? Even their habits and values seem to have suddenly changed. A few minutes later, she hung up. Bai Ningbing relaxed. She leaned back in her chair. The corners of her expressionless lips suddenly curled upward. So he was a soul reborn in another body. The next morning, Bai Ningbing unhurriedly finished eating a steamed twisted roll. Then she suddenly looked up, as though something had piqued her interest. What kinds of stories do you usually write? I froze, holding my steamed bun. What do I write? All kinds of genres, I suppose. I do not usually limit myself to just a few. I want to write everything, but my favorite is still transmigration stories. I love all kinds of imaginative transmigration stories. Does transmigration really exist? I think so. I believe it really exists. What exactly is this world? No one can say for sure. Sometimes, we think we live in a very real world, but perhaps it is only a world created by someone else's pen. Who knows what the world truly is like? If we cannot even be sure of that, how can we claim transmigration does not exist? A world created by someone's pen. Of course, in someone else's story, we might only be an unknown passerby, or even the original owner of the body. Then if you had transmigrated, what do you think your previous life was like? I would probably have been quite happy. My parents would have loved each other, and I would have been their only child. I could have done whatever I wanted. Maybe my parents would have died suddenly, but I would have studied something I loved. I would have had enough to eat and drink, and plenty of money. Life would have been pretty good. And if I transmigrated in the end, it would probably have been because I was stabbed to death by a thug while saving someone. A truly unlucky way to die. That really is an unlucky way to die. So think twice before acting when trouble comes. Even with the best intentions, you must know your limits. Exactly. That is very important. Neither of us brought up the subject again. After breakfast, Bai Ningbing went out, while I stayed home writing. Bai Ningbing was not coming home for lunch, so I happily ordered takeout. After eating, I quickly cleaned up and took out the trash. That afternoon, as usual, I shipped the items I had sold, then went out to buy groceries. As I walked through the supermarket, I suddenly realized that my life now was not all that different from my previous life. As I was thinking, an older woman beside me suddenly spoke. Hey, aren't you the young man from last time? The one that awful woman came to harass at his door? Out buying groceries too. It is you. I came to buy some groceries. To cook dinner tonight. Very good, very good. Not many young people know how to cook these days. Your wife is lucky to have married you. No, not at all. She is busy with work all day. So I have been doing more of the housework lately. I am the lucky one to have met her. As long as a person knows gratitude, their life cannot go to badly. Young man, at your age, having that mindset is what is truly rare. If your wife is as grateful as you are, your life together will only get better and better. Smiling, I picked out a good cauliflower. Just as I was about to look at the tomatoes, Bai Ningbing appeared beside me without my noticing. Why are you here? I got back early, so I came to buy a few things. I happened to see you. It is fine. I only have 4 kinds of vegetables, and they are not heavy. It is fine. Go get what you need. The tomatoes over there look good. I want to make sweet and sour pork ribs. Bai Ningbing rather likes sour food. I bought all sorts of ingredients and plenty of essential snacks. I also bought some A4 paper. Afterward, we went to check out together. Oh, young man, we meet again. This must be your wife, right? She is absolutely beautiful. Yes, this is my wife. I have never seen such a beautiful young woman. She is even prettier than a movie star. No wonder you refused to divorce her. That woman who came to bother you before does not hold a candle to your wife. Not only is she less pretty, her bearing is far worse too. I do not know how she had the nerve to come after you. I drew in a sharp breath. My heart leaped into my throat. Bai Ningbing gave me a meaningful look. I gave an awkward smile. You are right, ma'am. That woman is no good. She cannot compare. Even if I lost my mind, I would never have anything to do with someone like her again. She came looking for me with bad intentions. Fortunately, I am not as foolish as I was before. I am not so easy to fool anymore. The cashier swiped my card, then returned it to me with both hands. Sir, your card. Goodbye, ma'am. I hurried out with Bai Ningbing. Once outside the supermarket, I began explaining. I think you should know that before I married you, I had an ex-girlfriend. Her name was Liu Ruyan. Back in college, I did not understand how treacherous people could be. So, I fell for a terrible woman like her. Of course, after marrying you, I cut off all contact with her. That day, I had just left the supermarket when she came looking for me. Naturally, I knew she meant no good. So, when she asked me to go with her, I refused immediately. That older woman was one of the kind people who helped teach her a lesson. Bai Ningbing nodded, showing that she understood. Liu Ruyan, the second daughter of the Liu Group. I hear she is incredibly stingy. Yes, she is extremely petty. She put on such a polished, respectable act back then, as if she were some elite. That was the original owner of this body, not me. I mean, I thought she was an exceptionally accomplished senior student, so I felt somewhat inferior around her. Who knew I would later overhear her say that she liked my classmate and was only playing with me. It makes me furious just talking about it. I despise women like that most. Just stay far away from her from now on. I definitely will not give her the time of day. A woman like that is not worth wasting my life on. After we got home, I tittied up and started cooking. Bai Ningbing walked into the kitchen. Need any help? She nearly startled me. I hurriedly waved my hands. No need. I can handle it myself. You have so much to do all day. Go take care of your work. When dinner is ready, I will call you. Bai Ningbing nodded. Then she turned and left. With an apron tied around my waist, I continued working. Once the meal was ready and sat on the table, I went to knock on Bai Ningbing's door. Bai Ningbing released her mouse and casually closed all the windows. Only then did she get up for dinner. Usually, neither of us had much to say, nor did I feel like starting a conversation. But today was an exception. The moment Bai Ningbing sat down, she spoke. Someone will come install the dishwasher tomorrow. My hand paused as I reached for food. A dishwasher? You bought one. Wasn't I supposed to take my time choosing one myself? Did you not say you have trouble making choices? So I simply chose one for you. You only need to use it. I felt somewhat helpless. Then I will try not to go out tomorrow. That ended the conversation. Just as we were about to continue eating, my phone rang. Hello. I froze for a moment, unable to process it at first. Why would Bai Ningbing want me to meet Jinyan? Jinyan's voice continued over the phone. Xiaoyu, do not turn against everyone just because your life has changed. Not everyone wants to kick you while you are down, or laugh at your misfortune. Even if there is nothing I can do, I can still talk with you. Maybe it will make you feel better. You have suffered in silence for so long. Are you really going to keep bottling it up? In the past, Song Jinyan was always there for the original owner. He had always played the role of a caring, understanding older brother. The original owner told him everything. That was why, whenever Song Jinyan asked him to do something, the original owner did it. That was also why, when Song Jinyan faced the original owner's cold attitude, he instinctively assumed the original owner was merely acting aloof. Alright, since you put it that way, I will meet you. Let us see what you have to say. I caught Bai Ningbing's signal, and had no choice but to agree. The man on the other end sounded greatly relieved. We exchanged a few more words before hanging up. Why did you want me to meet him? Bai Ningbing set down her chopsticks, and said evenly, Mr. Song never acts without something to gain. When he approached you before, he was trying to get from you information about my movements. Now, when you no longer have any use to him, he is still seeking you out. That can only mean he has found something else he can exploit. If you do not go, he will find another way. I understood at once. The unspoken meaning was that, since I could not avoid him forever, I might as well, from the start, give him a direct chance to approach me. Sure enough, Bai Ningbing continued, no matter when it is better to retain some initiative than to have none at all. And once you know someone means you harm, staying on guard is better than being plotted against behind your back without knowing it. Yes, I understand. It is not that I do not understand that. It is just that my old life never required me to think this much. I still have not fully adapted to my current identity, much less my current circumstances. But Miss Bai was usually a woman of few words. Why was she suddenly telling me this? Was she teaching me? Across from me, Bai Ningbing picked up her chopsticks and resumed eating at an unhurried pace. From where I sat, her manner of eating was as elegant as ever. She seemed entirely unfazed by someone plotting against her. Yes, plotting against her. As this body's original host, I did not believe I had anything worth Song Jinyan seeking me out to exploit. The only person worth plotting against was Miss Bai Ningbing. Regarding my meeting with Song Jinyan, Bai Ningbing gave me only one instruction: chat freely, but avoid sensitive subjects, then report back to her. I nodded. I noted the place Song Jinyan had chosen. It was a famous coffee shop downtown. When I got the invitation, I looked it up online. Even its cheapest drink cost over 200 yuan. When had I ever been this extravagant? On the day of our meeting, I dressed myself up carefully, though I was bound to be mocked afterward. Still, at least no one could criticize me for looking unkempt. But I never could have imagined that Song Jinyan's first words to me would be another cutting remark. Xiaoyu, I know you are hurting inside. You have always been proud, but things have come to this. Why keep up appearances and pretend you are better off than you are in front of me? I would never look down on you. If I did not know what Song Jinyan was really like, I might truly have thought he was concerned for me. For him to say such things, while keeping that worried, considerate expression on his face, must have taken real effort. Young Master Song, you are joking. No matter how hard life gets, I cannot give up wanting to look my best. After all, I am handsome. It would be a waste not to dress up. How many days of youth do we get? Naturally, not one of them should be wasted. Besides, with natural looks like mine, if I did not make myself look this handsome, I would be wasting the good looks I was born with. Since he had handed me the knife first, I was not the kind of soft-hearted person who let others push me around. I immediately drove it straight into his heart. All right, our Xiaoyu is the most handsome. Come on, I know you have been in a bad mood lately. Let us have some tea and talk. There is not much else I can do, but I can listen to you vent. Get all that awful stuff off your chest, and you will naturally feel better. He kept smiling, patting my shoulder, as a server led us to the private room with the best view. I marveled inwardly. No wonder rich people came here. It was far better than those little tea shops. The spacious courtyard alone put countless places to shame. The design was clearly the work of a master. Song Jinyan watched me, staring at the courtyard. He assumed I was reminiscing about my former wealthy life. He sneered inwardly, though his face remained gentle. Xiaoyu, what would you like to drink? I snapped out of it. My eyes lit up at once. I rattled off a long list of names. They were all items I had found online. This shop's famous specialties. Xiaoyu, you ordered so much. Can you finish it all? I knew Song Jinyan was wondering why I had suddenly abandoned all pride and acted like I had never eaten before. But I had no intention of hiding it. If I cannot finish it, I will take it home. That is not a problem. Taking home leftovers? Was I really that desperate for food? Of course, it would be such a waste not to take leftovers home. I am not as well off as I used to be. Naturally, I save where I can. Besides, thrift is a traditional virtue. Why are you so surprised? Young Master Song, do you have an issue with this traditional virtue? Song Jinyan opened his mouth, only to find he could not argue. He froze for a moment, then muttered, "You are right. You did well. There is nothing wrong with it." Yes, I think so too. I really was too extravagant before. So many luxury goods, things I could not even use, yet I kept buying them. Not only did it waste money, it also wasted time and energy. If I could use that time to do something meaningful, how much better would that be? There are clearly so many people in this world who need help. Why could I not see that before? Using that money to support children in poor areas would have been good too. It would be better than filling my home with luxury goods. Oh, right, young Master Song. You are so kind. So wonderful. You must have helped many people in need, right? Song Jinyan was certainly skilled at fooling people and crafting a polished image. But helping the poor, that was a fantasy. He was not that kind-hearted. He never thought he had enough money for himself. Why would he generously spend it on others? Yet he still smiled with perfect sincerity. Yes, when I have free time, I sometimes help people in need. After all, my parents taught me from childhood to share with others and help those in need. Song Jinyan assumed I wanted to discuss that subject with him, but then I changed the subject. Young Master Song, you are so generous to strangers. You have never even met. We have known each other for so long, and we are such good friends. Now that I am in trouble and have become poor, will you not help me? Young Master Song, he never expected that I, who had always cared most about my pride, would say something like that. He was taken aback. Young Master Song, you have no idea. My life is as miserable as it gets these days. I do not even dare buy clothes or watches. Every day, I have to face my wife's chilly expression. Yet I do not dare mention money. When I call other people, no one will even answer. Seeing Song Jinyan's expression shift, I simply got up and moved beside him. I grabbed his hand, holding on tight, giving him no chance to pull free. Young Master Song, you are the only one still willing to come see me. You are the only one I can ask for help. You are usually so rich and free with your money, casually spending 2 or 300,000 yuan. For an old friend like me, you cannot be so stingy, can you? You will help me, right? We are good brothers after all. I held Song Jinyan's hand tightly, my tone earnest. When he still did not respond, I added, come to think of it, I have not talked to the female friends I used to know. Yet, that last remark struck right at Song Jinyan's weak spot. He was nearly frantic. Yet any woman he found appealing never wanted anything to do with him. He put on an image of spotless refinement, but plenty of people knew what he was really like. There was no way to clean up his reputation. In the end, his family came up with a plan. He should keep a low profile and let people gradually forget him. The reason he sought me out this time was also to accomplish something, so that before the woman he wanted, he could show off what he was capable of. Xiaoyu, what nonsense are you talking about? What are we to each other? How could I watch you suffer and do nothing? Did I not come see you as soon as I returned to the country? You know me. I have always been kind-hearted. It pains me even to see strangers suffer, let alone you. Do not worry. I may not have much money on hand, but I can spare 80 or 100,000 yuan. I will transfer it to you shortly. Use it for now, to get through this emergency. And do not stand on ceremony with me. All right, Miss Bai. What did you to do after the bankruptcy? How would I know about that? You know me. My field of study had nothing to do with business. Even if she explained everything to me, I would not understand it. As long as I still have food to eat, that is enough. She has always been a busy woman. I do not know what keeps her so busy. I would not understand even if I asked. So I simply do not ask. I originally wanted a divorce, but later, I heard her say she was not in debt. So we just kept living like this. I heard Liu Ruyan came to see you later. Yes, but she is no good either. No matter how useless I am, I cannot lose face in front of her, right? So I put on a show of standing by Bai Ningbing no matter what. It drove her mad. She could not compare to Bai Ningbing before, and she still cannot compare now. I may not be anyone remarkable, but the fact that Bai Ningbing has fallen this far and has never mistreated me, that tells you she's a good person. Trusting someone of good character is obviously better than trusting a scumbag. But perhaps Miss Liu only realized after losing that you are the one she truly loves. You have never known hardship. If you keep living this hard life, when will it ever end? Actually, I do not find life so hard these days. Back when I had money, there was always a mountain of nonsense to deal with. I was also full of messy thoughts. I could only ease them by buying things. Now, life is much more peaceful. I can live however I want. It is not as if I cannot endure a hard life. This is how I lived before college too. So this is not bad either. I have nothing to complain about. I just need to figure out how to make money going forward. You plan to go out and find a job. How can you do that? What could you possibly do? Imagine working at a counter or in a supermarket and running into her. Good jobs are not easy to find. That leaves only jobs that require no special skills. Could you handle that? What is so hard about it? No matter what, I graduated from a prestigious university. I have never worked before, but I can learn. I have all the basic qualifications. For instance, English and professional skills. I can handle all of that. Only then did Song Jinyan remember that I had indeed relied on my own abilities to get into a prestigious university. Only afterward had I met Bai Ningbing and Liu Ruyan. Compared to me, he had been a poor student who needed his family to send him abroad to polish his credentials. His mood soured again, but he refused to concede verbally. Education may be important, but experience matters just as much. You are only starting now. You definitely cannot compete with young recent graduates. It will not be easy. I will give it a try. If I could get into a prestigious university, adjusting to a simple job cannot be harder than the college entrance exam, can it? Oh, look at me. Why did I bring that up in front of you? It is fine, young Master Song. It is normal that you do not understand. Do not worry about it. After all, you do not need to work for yourself. I truly envy you. At home, you can rely on your family. Later, you can rely on your wife. You do not have to do anything yourself. You can just coast through life until you die. What a wonderful life. In other words, someone who can do nothing and can only live off others is completely useless. Song Jinyan fought to control himself, so his expression would not twist. Furious, he thought, what a tactless fool. No wonder his life is such a mess. But I was thoroughly pleased inside. The two of us traded barbs, both knowing exactly what the other meant, yet maintaining a veneer of politeness. As we took occasional jabs at each other, the difference was, Song Jinyan's digs at me never hit where it hurt, but every jab I made struck his sore spot. When it was time to part, I was delighted inside, while Song Jinyan was nearly choking on his rage. Before leaving, I did not forget to remind Song Jinyan to send the money, thinking he could invite me out again next time, to flaunt his superiority and pry for information. Song Jinyan nodded to show he understood. Then, after dragging his feet, he transferred 100,000 yuan to me. I went home happily with the money. When I got home, Bai Ningbing was sitting on the couch, looking at her laptop. At the sound of the door opening, Bai Ningbing turned her gaze to me. I came in, changed my shoes and clothes, and even as I went to wash my hands, I was smiling the whole time. I was clearly in a very good mood. I am back. Ha ha ha. I went out today and made 100,000 yuan for free. Am I not amazing? I waved the phone that had not left my hand. I could not hide the smugness in my voice. 100,000 yuan for free. He gave it to you that easily. Yeah. He started by flaunting how superior he was. Then he tried to pry for information. I indirectly put him in his place. Then I deliberately played poor. I flattered him. And while leaving him no way out, I made it clear that if he did not give me something, I would go to other people I know and tell them he had no compassion. To protect his image, he had no choice but to pay up. Bai Ningbing suddenly remembered how the original owner used to splurge on handbags every day. Yet the man before her was this happy over 100,000 yuan. A strange feeling rose in her heart. There is no reason to refuse his money. It really was not easy to get money out of Song Jinyan. Come on, open Alipay. I will transfer it to you. It was free money anyway. Think of it as him repaying what he owed you. Use it. Do not worry about us running out of money. Bai Ningbing found this rather novel. The man was acting as if he were generously telling her to spend it. Is there anything you need me to do? No, not really. We have not been short on anything lately, and nothing has broken. That was not what Bai Ningbing meant. But judging by my reaction, we clearly were not thinking along the same lines. She actually took out her phone, opened Alipay, and held it out to me. Without a second thought, I transferred the money I had just received. before it had even had time to settle in my hands into her account, as if giving it to her were only natural. You got this money for free, and you are giving it to me. You do not mind. Not at all. It was your money to begin with. Was not all the money spent treating young Master Song to meals yours? Now that we are broke, of course any repayment from him should go to you. I like money too, but now I prefer earning it myself. I can already earn royalties from my writing. As long as I am here, I will not let you go hungry. We may not afford gourmet food, but there will be plenty of porridge and simple dishes. Then thank you very much. Do not mention it. After all, you treated me well before. Oh, I also packed up some food to bring home. None of it was touched. Would you like some? Though Bai Ningbing had grown up in privilege, she was definitely not someone who liked extravagance or waste. Except when business required an extravagant display. She had always eaten ordinary 3 meals a day at home. The only difference was that the cook was very skilled. She had eaten packed leftovers before when she was in school, too. Sure. I had not expected her to actually eat it. I thought Miss Bai would not eat this kind of thing. So I hesitated, then stammered. I just remembered. Everything I brought back is dessert. Is that all right? What is the problem? So I went to get the package from the door. When I opened it, it was indeed full of pastries and sweets. Bai Ningbing naturally picked one up and put it in her mouth. After swallowing, she gave her verdict. These taste better when they are hot. You have had these before? Bai Ningbing glanced at me, then slowly took out a tissue and wiped her hands. Grandpa used to like them. Oh, old Master Bai used to like them. That was why Miss Bai would occasionally buy them for him. Perhaps old Master Bai had made Miss Bai try them. I suddenly realized I was only making Miss Bai think of the past. I immediately felt awkward. Sorry, you do not need to apologize. The past has nothing to do with this, so there is no need to be sorry. What would you like for dinner? I will make it for you. I still felt quite guilty. Miss Bai had taken such good care of the original owner. Even after I was reborn, she had never made things difficult for me. Yet I had poked right at her wound. Her business was already struggling, and I had hurt her emotionally too. That was awful of me. Anything is fine. I have something to do. I will be heading out shortly. I will be back tonight. I will be back a little late tonight. Go take care of your business. I will wait for you to eat dinner. Bai Ningbing glanced at me. She had meant to tell me not to wait for her that night, but seeing how guilty I looked, she did not say it after all. All right. Once Bai Ningbing left, I gave it some thought, cleaned the apartment from top to bottom, wrote for a while, then went out to buy groceries. At around 8 o'clock, the door opened. I looked up from my document. Bai Ningbing had already come in. I saved the document. You are back. The food should still be hot. Are you hungry? Bai Ningbing took off her coat and hung it on the wall. The chill she had carried in from outside was instantly washed away by the warmth of the apartment. With a casual glance, she saw the table in the dining room set with food. I had covered everything. Bai Ningbing changed her shoes and came inside. After waiting this long, you must be hungry. Let me wash my hands first. I am fine. I am not very hungry. I may not be able to come home often. If I will not be back, I will let you know. Eat when you should. Do not wait for me anymore. All right. I thought so too. Someone like Bai Ningbing would not be like people with regular jobs, coming home on time for dinner every day. If she did not come home, it would be easier for me too. When eating alone, I could just make something simple. Still feeling guilty, I made a rather lavish dinner. I even went to the trouble of steaming buns by hand. There were all kinds of buns, small and delicate. Flour rolls, sweet-filled buns, cornmeal buns, sweet potato rolls, and more. They looked absolutely adorable. Each could probably be eaten in 2 or 3 bites. Bai Ningbing picked up a flour roll and finished it in a few bites. She found it quite tasty. The buns are good. Right? I worked hard to figure out how to steam perfect buns. One researched it for 3 or 4 whole days. Eventually, I worked out the exact proportions and timing. That is how they turn out like this. Flour rolls and sweet-filled buns are my favorites. My friends all like them too. Whenever I had nothing better to do, I would. I suddenly stopped. Damn, in my excitement, I had nearly let something slip. You really are good at this. You mean your college friends, right? Yes, my college friends. We did not keep in touch much afterward. I have not steamed buns in a long time either. I did not expect my skills had not gotten rusty. Luckily, Miss Bai did not think too deeply about it. Otherwise, she would have gotten suspicious in no time. I silently breathed a sigh of relief. I failed to notice the person across from me watching me with an intrigued look in her eyes. Oh, I simmered the chicken soup for a long time today. Have some extra. Okay, my chicken soup has always been delicious. Bai Ningbing loved this soup. Soup from outside always seemed to be missing something. But my soup had every flavor in perfect harmony. She knew perfectly well that it was not about the flavor. It was simply the feeling of someone caring enough to make soup for you. When she was little, Bai Ningbing's mother also loved making chicken soup for her. The taste, however, was truly terrible. But Bai Ningbing's father always insisted that chicken soup was good for children. So Bai Ningbing was always forced by her father back then to finish every last drop. After her parents died in an accident, Bai Ningbing drank every kind of chicken soup imaginable. The Bai family's chefs, even the housekeepers, had all tried their hand at chicken soup. Sadly, no one could recreate that taste. Once Bai Ningbing grew a little older, she never again showed any special fondness for chicken soup. So everyone eventually forgot about it. Bai Ningbing felt that part of why she was so tolerant of the man before her might be because of that occasional quality he showed, a feeling that reminded her of her mother. Why are you staring at me? Is there something on my face? I noticed Bai Ningbing staring right at me. Did this woman not realize that when she stared at someone like that, she put them under enormous pressure? Or had she sensed something was off again? You seem to have dark circles under your eyes. What? I stood up and checked the mirror. I stared at myself for a long time. I felt like I could vaguely see a trace of them. Was this the start of dark circles? I could not help shuddering. Bai Ningbing had only mentioned it casually. She had not expected such a strong reaction. After waiting ages without seeing me come out, she asked curiously, "What is wrong? Are you not eating?" The moment she finished speaking, I emerged awkwardly. Maybe they showed up because I have been staying up late writing my novel. A little darkness under your eyes does not matter. You are still very handsome. Okay, hearing Bai Ningbing praise me so suddenly, my cheeks flushed red. My face flushed with embarrassment. After dinner, I stood to clear the dishes. But Bai Ningbing stopped me. I will do it today. No, I can handle it. As I spoke, I took the dishes from Bai Ningbing's hands and hurried into the kitchen. Bai Ningbing smiled silently, shook her head, and did not argue with him anymore. As she passed through the living room, she saw the computer on the coffee table, its documents still open. On a whim, she walked over, planning to see what I had written. Once I had finished cleaning up and came out, I saw a scene that left me stunned. Bai Ningbing sat elegantly on the sofa, her cheek propped on one hand, reading my novel with intense focus. I practically rushed over to Bai Ningbing, afraid Bai Ningbing would think my novel was ridiculous. "You weirdo. Why won't you let me read this novel? It is not very good." "All right, then I will not read it." As I quietly wondered whether I had reacted too strongly, she stopped at the bedroom door. Then she suddenly said, "Actually, I think it is a little unrealistic for the heroine to keep leaving her company to be with the hero. That is a little exaggerated. If the heroine is the company's chief executive officer, she would not have that much free time." With that, she went into her bedroom and closed the door behind her. I was left sitting where she had been, completely dumbfounded. Miss Bai had read at least 2 chapters, and they were the most melodramatic ones. She had criticized my novel, but I was not angry at all. I only wanted to explain to Bai Ningbing that what I wrote was romance over realism from the start. If I wrote a realistic CEO romance, it would be full of plot holes. It would not have nearly as many readers. Sadly, Miss Bai did not understand web novels, so there was no point explaining it to her. A few days later, Bai Ningbing had finished breakfast but had not left yet, when someone suddenly knocked at the front door. I had just finished washing the dishes, so I went to answer it. "Who is it? This is strange. Who would come by this early?" The people outside said nothing, only kept knocking. I looked through the peephole and saw 2 young women outside. Both were striking and carried themselves with poise. Either one could have been a television or movie star. They clearly were not ordinary people. My heart skipped a beat. I turned and knocked on Bai Ningbing's bedroom door. "Someone is knocking outside. I think they are here to see you." Bai Ningbing released her mouse and stood up. She saw the worry written all over my face. "There are 2 women outside who clearly are not ordinary people. See if they are here for you." I do not think I know either of them. What I did not say was that I was afraid they had come to cause Bai Ningbing trouble. My mind was still racing. What if they really had come to make trouble? Outside, Qingwan stopped knocking and asked Wu Wanting beside her, "Are you sure you remembered correctly? This is where second sister lives now." Why is no one answering? Could she have gone out? Did you not say second sister has not divorced that Gu guy yet? Is she not here either? How would I know? I told you there was no need to come. But you would not listen. Second sister has been busy lately. It is not like you are missing an arm or a leg. Second sister is not in a hurry to see you. I still need to see her. I have not seen second sister in a year. And second sister has had such rotten luck lately. If I do not see her with my own eyes, how can I possibly rest easy? She pouted and stubbornly continued knocking. This time, though, she began pounding on the door. The door suddenly opened. Why are you here? Come in. Second sister, I missed you so much. Your little sister is back. Qingwan cried out in delight and rushed straight at Bai Ningbing. She threw her arms around Bai Ningbing. Then she let go and stepped back. You are back. Good. Clearly, to little five, only second sister is family. The rest of us do not count. Come in already. Behind them, I watched in astonishment. Could these be two of Miss Bai's close friends? Friends from that group. Qingwan happily walked inside, but turned and came face to face with my bewildered expression. She was stunned too. She pointed at me. Why is there a man here? Oh, wait, you are Gu Xiaoyu. Why are you here? Why can I not be here? Second sister, it is one thing that you have not divorced him, but you are still living with him. If we do not live together, should we sleep on the street? Why do you talk so much all day? Brother Xiaoyu and second sister are not divorced. What is strange about living together? Come in and sit down first. Qingwan opened her mouth, but she simply could not force a smile from me. She had no choice but to pretend she did not see me. She went around and sat on the sofa. Wu Wanning nodded to me and went over to sit down as well. With guests here, I went to the dining room and brought back some tea. When I returned, the three women were sitting separately on the sofa. Aside from Bai Ningbing, the other two were both staring at me. That silent awkwardness made me want to leave immediately. I have something to do this morning, so I will be leaving first. You to talk. Okay. I will not be home for lunch. All right. After saying that, I hurried to my bedroom and threw on a jacket. I quickly gathered my things and rushed out. From the moment Bai Ningbing said that, Qingwan stared at her with utter shock and disbelief. The moment I stepped out and shut the door, she said with an indescribable expression, eating at home? Second sister, are you saying this place is home? It would have been better if she had not said it, but once she did, Bai Ningbing froze for a moment. Then she quickly regained her calm. I have been eating here lately. His cooking is quite good. No, second sister, are you really planning to stay with that man? Other than his looks, he has nothing worth mentioning. It is not as if we are short on handsome men. I do not believe you fell for him because of his face. If that were the case, you would have fallen for him long ago. But he is not that bad, is he? With all due respect, among all the handsome men of his type one have seen over the years, I have never seen anyone better than him. People can change in just a few days. You should see them with fresh eyes. You did not know him before you went abroad, and you have not spent time with him since coming back. What makes you so confident you can judge him? And lastly, you think second sister is an idiot. For her to tolerate brother Xiaoyu like this, there must be a reason. Do not forget, in outsider's eyes, our second sister is now penniless. Yet brother Xiaoyu, under those circumstances, has remained by her side instead of leaving. Is that not strange? When Wu Wanning had helped Bai Ningbing investigate things before, Wu Wanning had studied the information carefully too. The conclusion she reached was quite peculiar. She had guessed that Bai Ningbing wanted to keep him close and observe him slowly. After all, an open attack is easy to avoid, but threats lurking in the shadows are hard to guard against. But before Qingwan could even nod, showing that she understood Bai Ningbing said something that shocked them both. It is not as complicated as you think. He has changed. He is doing quite well now. The reason he lives here is that he has nowhere else to go. Now, when he has free time, he earns his own money and cooks for himself. He has gone back to living the way he did before college. Then why has he not divorced you? Divorcing you and starting his life over are not related, are they? Why does he have to stay by your side? There are other reasons. You do not need to know them. Just be more polite to him from now on. He is not as terrible as you think. Qingwan wanted to ask more, but Wu Wanning interrupted her. Second sister has her own plans. Of course, we do not need to worry, since brother Xiaoyu is not as bad as we thought. We will be more polite to him from now on. Little 5, it is not that your fourth sister wants to lecture you. I know you are close to second sister. But, can you stop getting worked up whenever it concerns second sister? Do not keep copying little six all day. Otherwise, you will end up as scatterbrained as him. How am I anything like that little fool, little six? Sounds like you are becoming just like him. We told little six not to look for second sister at the banquet, but he could not stop himself from running over. He nearly caused trouble for second sister. You two are the peas in a pod. How am I? I just got back, so I did not know what was going on, all right. And you would not explain it clearly. You kept giving me only half the story. I was worried sick. It is only because I am so patient. Song Qingwan shot Wu Wanting a glare, but Wu Wanting only gave a soft, amused chuckle. Enough about that. Little five, now that you are back, are you planning to join the song group? I do not want to, but my old man insists on it. You both know, I have no interest in the auto industry. It is driving me crazy. You may not be interested, but you have a gift for it. Back in high school, you helped your father spot problems in his newly developed cars. Did you expect your father to let you off the hook? Just thinking that he could have a daughter like you, made for the family business, probably makes him wake up laughing in his dreams. Give me a break. If I had known my old man was so sneaky, I never would have fallen for his scheme. My brief days of leisure are about to disappear. My poor food business is about to be snatched away by my father, and it really gets on my nerves. That old man never once showed that he was such a foodie. He managed to hide it for all these years. Terrifying. Having an elder push you forward is a blessing. Uncle Song has put a great deal of thought into your future. You should cherish that. All my life, I have never had second sisters. Gift for appreciating classical culture. Every tea tastes the same to me. At least I can gulp it down and enjoy it. Is that not perfect? Ha ha ha. You are right. Enjoying it is what matters. That is good. Ha ha. Despite being laughed at, Song Qingwan did not mind in the least. I was not born with an artistic streak. It's not a big deal. I have never measured up to second sister anyway. By the way, second sister, what exactly are you planning to do? I refuse to believe that Ji Fusheng is really that capable. How could anyone in this world predict the future and stay ahead in everything? Second sister, are you sure there is no mole? Narration. The faint smile on Bai Ningbing's face vanished in an instant. She pondered for a moment. I do not know where the problem lies. Even when I have told no one about my plans, someone still finds out. If it were only a mole, that would not explain it. As she spoke, Song Qingwan and Wu Wanting listened intently. Should I check the things around you again? Maybe there is some advanced surveillance technology that I missed before. Probably not. Later, I tried moving somewhere else without taking anything with me. I even changed my clothes. Nothing changed. Does he really have some kind of supernatural ability? Could even eldest sister and the others do nothing? No. We once joined forces to take him down. But whether we laid traps or faced him head-on, he evaded every single one. Somehow, he got connected with the Wen family. Then old Master Wen personally stepped in to mediate, which was a veiled warning to us. Old Master Wen? How is that possible? Had he not stopped involving himself in the petty affairs between younger generations long ago? That Ji guy is truly disgusting. If he wants a fight, fine. But he actually brought in outside help. HMPH, do you think this is a grade school fight? You hit me once, then I hit you once? Damn it. Why would old Master Wen help him? I have never heard. That old Master Wen was such a compassionate man. I heard it was Ji Fusheng's wife who, by sheer coincidence, saved old Master Wen, and she made quite an impression on old Master Wen. But why does he insist on targeting second sister? Second sister has so many businesses. Even if he goes all out expanding his construction business, it does not overlap with any of second sister's other industries. Bai Ningbing looked at the two sisters' grim expressions and suddenly smiled. All right, things are much better now, are they not? Stop worrying. Now that I am completely broke, I can see exactly what he wants. With not a penny to my name, utterly penniless, I can finally tell whether he is deliberately targeting me personally or simply wants to swallow up my businesses to further his own ambitions. Then, second sister, are you only going to develop your tech industry from now on? That industry requires enormous investment. Who knows when it will pay off? Technology is the most promising industry of the future. I have long wanted to restructure and upgrade my businesses. Before, I had to carry that whole pack of leeches in the Bai family. Now that burden is gone, things are easier. This is not so bad either. Even if this indirectly helped you shed a burden, second sister, you still suffered real losses. Once I take over the family business, I will help you go after him. I refuse to believe he can foresee every plan. Why are you making trouble? Once you take over the song group, you will need time just to learn the ropes. By then, second sister will already be back on her feet. Just focus on your own work. Second sister is more capable than you. And at worst, she still has us. She has worked for so many years. She finally has a chance to rest. Why rush? Second sister, why are you not worried at all? When has second sister ever panicked? Now that you mention it, I do not think I have ever seen second sister panic either. Alright, second sister, call me if you need anything. I will be there whenever you call. The three chatted a while longer before leaving together. When I came back that afternoon, there was no one in the house. I breathed a sigh of relief. Miss Bai's closest friends each had a more imposing presence than the last, and they made their dislike of me painfully obvious. It was too much for anyone to bear. I said I was going out to take care of something, but there was nothing to do at all. I had only made an excuse to leave, but I had nowhere to go. So, I went to an internet cafe to write. The pretty woman gaming beside me kept glancing over. She lost match after match. When she finally could not resist trying to strike up a conversation, I switched computers. But after I moved to another computer, the girl beside me leaned close again. She tried to chat me up too, asking why I came here to write. It was as if she hoped I might inspire her. I did not know what to do with her. When I got home, I could finally relax. I changed clothes, gave a huge stretch, then bounced over and curled up on the sofa. After thinking it over, I decided I wanted a bath. I took out my phone and checked Bai Ningbing's message. She really would not be back until late that night. I immediately rushed to the bathroom. After a wonderfully hot shower, I dried my hair, then made some lemon tea. I took out the snacks I had bought earlier and happily curled up on the sofa. After hesitating for a moment, I decided not to write for now. I opened my laptop, found a movie I had been planning to watch, and started it happily. As I watched, I was either grabbing snacks and stuffing them into my mouth, or taking a sip of lemon tea. The best thing in the world is having nothing weighing you down. A shower, blow-dried hair, then snacks while watching a movie. Since coming to this world, this was the first time I had felt this good. As the movie built toward its climax, I stared at the screen, utterly absorbed, completely forgetting where I was. Just as a door suddenly opened in the movie, a jarringly mismatched door opening sound rang out. The sound editor should be fired for that. That door sound did not fit at all. Did you skip lunch? Bai Ningbing's voice suddenly came from the doorway. I jolted in fright, and the chips in my hand fell onto my crossed legs. I looked up and saw Bai Ningbing's frowning face. Bai Ningbing stood tall and slender, her head slightly tilted, watching me with a furrowed brow. No, not exactly watching me. She was looking at my now empty hand. From Bai Ningbing's perspective, the man a few steps away stared at her wide-eyed, as though startled, like a little animal frozen in place. A bit like a koala. Why you? Weren't you coming back late tonight? I struggled to recover my wits and my voice. I could not hide my embarrassment, and my words carried a note of accusation. Bai Ningbing slipped into her slippers and came inside, her gaze shifting elsewhere. We came back once we were done. Little Five had insisted on visiting her company, but old Master Song suddenly summoned her. Little Five had to go back first and see what it was about. So, we put off visiting the company. The company is not going anywhere. She can visit it sooner or later. There is no rush over a day or two. Did you skip lunch? I lightly pinched one corner of the chip bag and carefully tugged it outward, wearing a smile. I ate. I was bored, so I watched a movie and had some snacks. As I spoke, I pulled the chip bag beneath the table, then immediately tossed it into the trash. In the original owner's memories, Miss Bai had never touched snacks. That gave me the feeling that eating snacks in front of her was terribly undignified. That is all junk food. Eat less of it. Yes. I only have some once in a while. By the way, are you having dinner at home tonight? At the familiar words, at home, Bai Ningbing's eyes shifted for a moment. I had already decided what takeout to order tonight. Now I have to make dinner myself again. No more movie for me. And that shower was basically for nothing. I had been happily celebrating for nothing. Life's greatest joys and sorrows always strike so suddenly. What is wrong with you? Did you not hear me? Like every time before, I asked myself, what should I make? But Bai Ningbing turned to look at me, and found that I somehow looked a little pitiful, and nothing. What do you want for dinner tonight? Anything is fine. Make whatever you like. Then I will make soup with fried soybean pulp balls. There is still plenty of soybean pulp left from this morning's soy milk. I plan to fry the soybean balls tonight and make soup with them tomorrow morning. But since you are back, I will make it early. All right. I will get back to work first. Go on, go on. I will call you when it is ready. Once Bai Ningbing returned to her room, I shifted my gaze to the computer screen. I vaguely saw my reflection on the screen and realized I had been so busy hiding the snacks that I had forgotten to comb my hair. At last, I understood why Miss Bai's gaze had been so strange just now. I scrambled off the couch and rushed straight to the bathroom. Grabbing a comb, I briskly combed my hair. Inside, I was pounding the floor in despair. Why had I let myself go? Had I never heard of Murphy's Law? Well, great. Looking like that in front of Miss Bai, I had completely humiliated myself. And when I thought of Miss Bai's refined, aristocratic appearance just now, I wanted to smash my head against the glass. I was not usually someone who cared much about appearances, but for some reason, Bai Ningbing made people feel that if they did not make themselves presentable beside her, I would look like complete trash beside her. I strongly suspected this was probably one reason Bai Ningbing made people resent her. She usually dealt with wealthy, powerful people. Those young heirs had grown up among privilege and wealth. They all felt superior around ordinary people. Yet there was someone who could crush everyone else with sheer presence the moment she stepped outside. Who would not be miserable in that situation? The original owner had never considered winning Bai Ningbing over because he lacked the nerve and courage. Now he was going to cook for this walking work of art, and he had to do it well. Then keep up his unshakable courage, ignore her charm, and eat face to face with her. Frying meatballs left me reeking of cooking oil. I watched the fryer with a serious expression, my hands moving deftly as I squeezed out one meatball after another and dropped them into the hot oil. The room filled with a rich, mouth-watering aroma. An hour after Bai Ningbing went into her room, Bai Ningbing came back out. The instant she opened the door, she smelled fried food. She could also faintly hear something. Following the sound, she came to the kitchen and found me wearing a serious expression. My movements were practiced, and I was humming an unfamiliar little tune. I looked thoroughly content in my own little world. Golden meatballs came out of the oil one after another. One little cutie is done, and a whole crowd of little cuties is waiting to go in. You are all adorable little meatballs. You are bound to taste amazing. In a moment, I will carefully turn you into delicious meatball soup. I will not let all your hard work go to waste. Someone who could make cooking this much fun was the only person Bai Ningbing had ever met. Curious, she folded her arms across her chest and leaned against the doorway, watching to see what else I would do. Sure enough, I did not disappoint her. There were only a few meatballs left anyway. I scooped them out and turned to chop the washed vegetables, all while continuing to talk to myself. You are little cuties too. You are so pretty. You must have worked very hard to grow this way. I will treat you well too. I promise to let you float beautifully in the soup. I will make sure your lives were not in vain. I happily chatted to myself, my mind full of scenes from novels. I was deep in a creative brainstorm when I turned and suddenly saw an actual person in the doorway. I jumped back to steps in fright. My foot slipped, and I toppled backward. Bai Ningbing was startled too, and immediately reached out to catch me. Before she could reach me, I had already braced myself against the sink behind me and steadied myself upright. Bai Ningbing's hand closed around my waist, and its inexplicable warmth made me feel as though I had been burned. A shiver ran through me. Why did you suddenly show up here? You nearly made me fall. Is something wrong? No. I came to get a glass of water. I heard sounds coming from here, so I came to check on you. I was just humming. Cooking in silence gets a little boring. The meatballs are fried. Yeah, by the way, want to try one? Bai Ningbing hesitated for less than a second. Oh. How could I forget? These meatballs smell delicious, but they are not very healthy. If you are not hungry, wait a little longer. Not healthy? Even though Bai Ningbing did not know much about such things, she knew this kind of food was only a little greasy, not unhealthy enough to call it harmful. She stepped closer. How do you eat them? I was momentarily baffled. Then I realized Bai Ningbing really intended to try one. Instinctively, I handed her the chopsticks I was holding. Bai Ningbing took them and glanced at them. She found that they had already been used. Bai Ningbing paused. What is it? Nothing. She handed the chopsticks back to me. Under my bewildered gaze, she simply picked up a meatball with her fingers and put it in her mouth. I stared, dumbfounded. Miss Bai actually ate meatballs with her hands. She bit into the freshly fried, steaming meatball. The rich aroma of beans and fried oil filled her mouth. The heat made Bai Ningbing suck in a sharp breath. But it really was delicious. We were already standing close together. Bai Ningbing was right in front of me. After finishing the meatball, Bai Ningbing stepped back a little. Catching me staring blankly from the corner of her eye, she turned her head and asked, "What is it?" The face before me suddenly turned toward me. It startled me again. Fortunately, my feet did not slip when I backed away this time. There was a wall behind me, and my back hit it. "Nothing. Are the meatballs good?" "They are good. If you do not need anything, you should go out. The kitchen is full of grease and smoke. The meatballs are already fried. The meatball soup is easy to make, so it should be ready soon. Go on. I will call you when it is ready." I finally managed to finish the meatball soup. My earlier happiness had completely vanished. Bai Ningbing clearly sensed that I was feeling a little down. I ladled her a bowl packed with ingredients, while mine was mostly broth. "Did you not fry a lot of meatballs? Why did you not put more in yours? Huh? Was that not enough for you?" I looked up at her bowl. It was filled to the brim. For her usual appetite, it should have been enough. Was she especially hungry today? She pointed at my bowl with a slender finger. "Your bowl." The cooking fumes had ruined my appetite. I would never admit it was because I had weighed myself before calling her to dinner and found I was a little over 2 pounds heavier than a few days ago. Bai Ningbing said nothing more, but while watching me eat, she noticed me staring blankly at her bowl from time to time, my eyes plainly saying I wanted some. Then she recalled that before meals, I usually like to weigh myself. At once, she understood what was going on. "You ate too many snacks today." It was not a question. It was a statement. I felt as if a knife had been stabbed straight into my heart. "I did not." Bai Ningbing did not reply. She only gave me a glance. "Fine, I did eat snacks, but only a bowl of jelly, a box of cookies, a small bag of popcorn, and half a bag of potato chips. It was just, now that I said it, that did sound like a little much. But all those snacks did not even add up to a little over 2 pounds. Snacks are full of additives. You should eat less of them. If you want something to eat, go out for a proper meal. I will find a way to handle the money." I never expected Bai Ningbing to say something like that. The flicker of anger rising in my heart was extinguished in an instant. Her face across from me remained calm, but her concern just now had been sincere. Miss Bai really was a good person. She meant well. She was only trying to advise me. "I understand. I will try not to eat snacks from now on." Bai Ningbing said nothing else. I quietly finished my meal. After dinner, I washed the dishes. Then I went back to my daily novel writing routine. But this time, Bai Ningbing did not ignore me. She came out of the bedroom and sat beside me. "I spoke to those girls today. From now on, they will not treat you the way they did today. Their past misunderstanding of you has been cleared up. If they come again, you will not need to deliberately leave." "You mean your close friends?" Bai Ningbing nodded. "It is fine, really. It does not matter whether they misunderstand me or not. They are your friends, not mine. I do not mind. Besides, it is normal that they do not like me. I am not the sort of person they would approve of. As long as we stay out of each other's way, that is enough. I will not be around when they come to see you, so you can talk more freely. Besides, I really have things to do today." "All right. Are you going to keep writing your novel?" "Yes. Have you finished your movie?" "I have a little left. I will finish it when I have time. If you do not want me to know, you can buy headphones and wear them." I silently withdrew my hand, which had been reaching for my cup, and forced a stiff smile. "Why would I care if you knew? You are so knowledgeable, so well-read. You think that makes you so impressive, do you?" She did not answer me. Instead, she picked up my cup from me and held it out to me. "If you want to write a good novel, simply watching movies is useless. You need to analyze them. I do not mind you interrupting me. You can watch whatever you want." "All right, I understand." Bai Ningbing got up and returned to the bedroom. After taking a sip of water, I put the cup back. I still did not reopen the movie. I did not continue watching it. Where was this prince consort supposed to get the money? Over the next few days, Bai Ningbing remained busy, leaving early and returning late every day. Our daily routine became nothing but having meals together morning and night, then going about our own business during the day. One day, Bai Ningbing came home that afternoon. I was writing at the time. When I heard the door open, I did not even look up. Out of habit, I said, "You are back." A familiar child's voice rang out. The surprise and disgust in it were completely undisguised. Why is he here? Have you not divorced yet? It was the child of Bai Ningbing's cousin. Bai Ningbing's cousin and his wife had died in an accident. They had been the people closest to Bai Ningbing. After their deaths, Bai Ningbing adopted their child. The little boy was named Bai Zi. He was 8 years old. He had always looked down on the original owner in every way. It was not exactly that the boy had a grudge against the original owner. It was simply because the original owner had never liked children much. Ever since the little boy entered his life, he had never once smiled at him. That alone would have been one thing. Once, the boy was home on vacation and starving. Unfortunately, the cook was sick and away. The boy kept demanding food. The original owner was busy meeting his fair weather friends. Without paying attention, he ordered something the boy could not eat at all, an extremely spicy meal. It made the little boy sick for days. Because of that, Bai Ningbing drastically cut the original owner's spending money. From then on, they disliked each other even more. That lasted until I arrived in this body. I, on the other hand, quite like children, but little Bai Zi might not like me. That remark just now had made his attitude perfectly clear. We are not divorced, so it is perfectly normal for him to be here. And not only that, you will be living with him from now on. He is in charge of your meals. What, Annie? You are not joking, are you? Before this, he had openly shown Bai Ningbing that he disliked me. Bai Ningbing had never objected. As long as he did not go too far, she would not interfere at all. Why was this time different? Annie, what they said cannot be true, can it? Did you really go bankrupt and lose all your money? You have no money left, so you have no choice but to put up with this man. I said nothing. I was curious what Bai Ningbing would say. Calmly, Bai Ningbing flicked a finger against little Bai Zi's forehead. Even children need to watch what they say. Do not think being a child means you can say anything you want. I did go bankrupt. I have no money, so you have no choice. Bai Zi's mouth fell open. His eyes went wide. He froze for 3 seconds, then shook his head violently. Impossible, my dad used to say. You were the most amazing person, Annie. How could the most amazing person go bankrupt? And your business was unbelievably huge. How could it all disappear overnight? Oh no, I am not even grown up yet. How am I supposed to earn money and support the family? I am still just a baby. Am I really going to bear the burden of supporting everyone already? But what can I even do? I am in 3rd grade. Then, Annie, why not send me to be a child model? I have learned how to walk a runway anyway, and I am handsome, so someone should want me. Impossible. You have no connections at all. How do you think all those plainly unattractive children become models? They do not just judge your looks, they judge your family background too. If you do not believe me, look at you now. You have no family standing left. You are lying, Annie. You must know lots of people. You helped so many people before. Make them help you. Then remember this. It is easy to help someone who is already thriving, but hard to help someone in desperate need. When you help someone, do not expect them to help you someday. You are lucky if they do not kick you while you are down. Bai Ningbing followed him into the bathroom. His voice came from inside. Then, what are we going to do? Are we going to live here from now on? Will we never eat delicious food again? Or wear nice clothes? The kids at school told me. I will probably have to transfer schools soon. Is that true? That is right. During future school breaks, you will live here with me. The food you used to eat and the clothes you used to wear will probably be gone. As for transferring schools, do you want to transfer? Yes. My classmates are all making fun of me. They think I do not know, but I heard every word. But you will not be transferring. Your tuition has already been paid for another semester. Bai Ningbing came out with Bai Zi. They went to sit on the living room sofa. I had pretended to be writing just now, but I could not keep ignoring them now. Quietly, I took out some oranges and set them on the table before Bai Zi and Bai Ningbing. There was no other fruit at home. Make do with these for now. But they all say I am annoying. When you are not strong enough, being criticized or even mocked is perfectly normal. But even when you are successful someday and hold a high position, people will still criticize and mock you. It will be worse than it is now. If you are strong enough, they will avoid you and not say it to your face. You have not addressed him yet. As she spoke, she peeled an orange for Bai Zi. When Bai Zi reached for it, Bai Ningbing slightly inclined her head toward me. Bai Zi turned to look at me. Hearing Bai Ningbing's words, I turned to look at him too. He opened his mouth, then stopped. After hesitating, he still asked Bai Ningbing, what am I supposed to call him? Why not just call me Xiaoyu? Alright, Xiaoyu. Are you on break? What would you like to eat? I will make it for you. You can cook. Then why did you not cook before? He looked at me adorably, but his question was remarkably sharp. We had a chef before. You say that like you can really cook, as if that makes you so impressive. Rice is fine. Just make rice and a few stir-fried dishes. Still, things were different now. While cooking, I put more thought into it than usual. I made the rice and dishes as playful and childlike as possible. Personally, I like children quite a lot. I used to see the little ones in my friends' families, and I would tease them from time to time. The moment I saw Bai, I took a liking to the little boy. He was truly adorable. If things between us had not been so tense, I would have run over and hugged him already. Bai Ningbing took Bai into the room. A while later, once dinner was ready, I went to call them. Bai came out in a fresh set of pajamas. He had obediently washed his hands and sat in the chair I had prepared for him. When he saw the food on the table, he seemed surprised. You made all this? He pointed at the dishes on the table. Every dish had been arranged into playful cartoon faces. Even on the rice, I had used something to make a smiling face. Of course, only his meal looked like that. Bai Ningbing's food and mine were normal. He had his own special serving. You are getting special treatment on your first day back for break. I will buy you a small set of tableware later. The big ones are awkward for you to use. You do not need to make food like this especially for me. I am not a little kid anymore. I do not need to be coddled like this. I eat normal food at school too. I am already in 3rd grade. Even if you were in college, you would still be a little kid to us. Besides, what I make is my decision. You only get to choose whether to eat it or not. If you do not eat it, next time I will make what you hate most. The family is broke now anyway. If you do not eat, do not expect any allowance to buy snacks. You will just go hungry. You are impossible. What should you say when someone is being kind to you? Bai pressed his lips together. Then he obediently said to me, Thank you, Xiaoyu. I could not resist ruffling his hair. You are welcome. He clearly liked it. Yet he insisted on acting like he did not. Such a little tough guy. But even that was adorable. You do not need to make separate meals for him in the future. Bai family children are not so fussy about food. Bai nodded repeatedly, showing that he was exactly that kind of child, while protecting his head. Whether a child is tough is his own business. Whether adults want to spoil him is theirs. Could Bai not handle this little bit of pampering? Would this alone make him spoiled? Of course not. How could a little food possibly make me spoiled? Then you will have to endure my sugar-coated affection. I cannot resist adorable children. Now that we have a child at home, I can try making children's meals. Thanks for helping me out. You are welcome. Bai Ningbing took in their interaction, and did not object to me making children's meals again. The 3 of us began eating. During the meal, Bai ate much faster than I remembered. It was clear he really liked today's meal. Afterward, I washed the dishes as usual. Bai was even more astonished. You actually do housework. Looks like you really are broke. What can you do? That is life. Great joy and great sorrow always come without warning. So, you need to study hard, or you might not be able to afford food someday either. I am first in my grade. My school is one of the best in the country. I entered a competition this term. My teacher says I can win first place. Oh, and first prize comes with a lot of money. I think it is 50,000 yuan. Then we will have money for food. Kids from wealthy families have it good. They attend elite schools. Even in elementary school competitions, the prize money is this high. I could enter more competitions. Annie would not let me before, worried they would interfere with my studies. But I should be able to enter now. If I enter for competitions, I might earn 200,000 yuan. Then we will have money for food. No, I do not have that much time. If I want to keep my grades up, I can probably only enter 3 competitions. That is only 150,000 yuan. Not even enough for food. 150,000 yuan is not enough for food. Do you know how many people do not even earn 10,000 yuan a month? 150,000 yuan is a lot. 150,000 yuan would only buy you 2 watches. Is that a lot? How much did you spend on a single meal of shark fin soup before? What does it have to do with us that others earn less than 10,000 yuan a month? Are we supposed to live like them? I never knew being broke could be so terrifying. It turns someone who loves spending money into this. You actually think 150,000 yuan is a lot. Annie has only been broke for such a short time. You adapt to the circumstances. When you have money, spend as you please. When you do not, naturally you must be frugal. Even if you really earn 150,000 yuan, you cannot spend all of it on food. Our standard of living has dropped. So naturally, the food has to be simpler too. But even if you eat my home cooking every day, you will not become malnourished. Do not worry. Still, that is a really depressing thought. Bai Ningbing came over with a glass of water, striding over on her long legs. She glanced at Bai Zi. Time to do your homework. Oh, I am going. With that, he turned his back to Bai Ningbing and shushed me, then headed for Bai Ningbing's room. Where will he sleep tonight? With you? Yes, I will look into it later and find us another place to live. She had originally arranged for Bai Zi to attend an event during his break. She had not expected him to refuse, so he had to come back. I chose my words carefully. About buying a home, like I mentioned before. How is the search going? I have sold some more watches and clothes lately. The down payment will not be a problem. I am still looking. Since Bai Zi will be coming back to stay during breaks, let us get a 3-bedroom place. I am earning writing royalties now, so I can help pay the mortgage. Do not worry about the money. I was afraid Miss Bai would worry we could not afford it and settle for an inferior place. Neither of us had anything else to say. We each went back to our own things. Having a child in the house suddenly made it feel full of life, especially since Bai Zi was not a shy child. Bai Ningbing was busy during the day, so only Bai Zi and I were home. At first, we could each keep ourselves busy, but eventually he got terribly bored. Bai Zi would occasionally come out to stretch his legs and chat with me. He was still a child, even though he was sensible. He could not completely curb his restlessness. Once he realized I truly seemed like a different person and treated him well, Bai Zi was no longer as cold toward me as he had been at first. Why have you not divorced my aunt? My aunt really has no money now. I think it is strange too, but broke is broke. If you stay with her, she will not be like she was before, giving you so much money to spend. You said it yourself. She used to give me plenty of money to spend. Should I not stand by her now and help her through this hardship? If I leave her at a time like this, would that not make me a terrible man? Do you want me to leave your aunt and make her raise you alone? Then you would be alone, with no one to cook for you. That is not the point. I will not starve to death. I do not know what happened to you, but from how things look now, you are not such a bad person after all. I used to really dislike you. I thought you knew nothing except how to shop. It felt like my aunt had married a human credit card, but Annie had plenty of money back then, so she did not mind such a small expense. It was just a shame she could have married a better husband. Still, it seems you are not so bad after all. When my parents were alive, they told me not to judge people by appearances alone, but by their character and heart. Your talent may not be outstanding, but you do not run from trouble. Your character is passable, at least. I could not resist ruffling his hair. You little brat. You sure think about a lot. These are not things you should worry about. All you need to do is study happily every day and have fun. You do not need to worry about my studies at all. I told you, I come first every time. Do not compare someone like me to the children you have met before. I am a member of a high-intelligence society. You know. I pulled back the orange I had meant to give him, peeled off a segment, and put it in my mouth. I chewed, watching Bai Qi. Did I ever tell you that I graduated from a prestigious school too? A prestigious school. That is right, a prestigious school. One graduated from a top university. There was a reason I married your aunt, and even became someone who only knew how to shop. There was a reason for it. I have worked it out now. I am back to normal. Understand? I offered the orange to Bai Qi again. Just as Bai Qi reached for it, I pulled it back again. Bai Qi grabbed at empty air. Are you giving it to me or not? I pressed my lips together, smiling. This time, I finally handed it to him. Here, eat. How about wontons for lunch? I am a little hungry anyway. Make plenty. Sure. I will make certain you are full, little young master. I saved the file, then got up to make lunch. Bai Qi watched me head into the kitchen, his eyes holding something even he did not recognize. Something called longing. Since his parents died, he had never again known a life as warm and lived in as this one. Back at Bai Ningbing's villa, he never lacked food or clothes, and Bai Ningbing treated him well. But it did not feel like living. His heart had never truly been at peace. Now, I checked on him every day, as naturally as could be. Whenever he talked with me, it was like talking to family. He could say anything he wanted. Once again, he felt that he had a home. He seemed to understand why Annie treated this man less coldly than she had before. Bai Ningbing could sense it too. Bai Qi was growing more comfortable around me. When she asked him at night how his day at home had been, Bai Qi would usually say he had been quite happy. One evening at dinner, I suddenly made a suggestion. I am free for the next couple of days. Xiaoqi has been home so long without going out much. Why do I not take him to the amusement park tomorrow? Bai Ningbing paused with her chopsticks. She clearly saw Bai Qi go tense all over at my words. After thinking it over, she realized Bai Qi had been back for 5 days, without leaving the house once. All right, I will rearrange my work tomorrow. I opened my mouth, but helplessly said nothing. What I had wanted to say was, I planned to take Bai Qi out by myself, but Miss Bai said she wanted to come, so I could hardly refuse. Bai Qi, on the other hand, his eyes lit at once. Joy shone brightly in them, and he gave me a radiant smile. Thank you, Xiaoyu. And thank you, Annie. Annie, if you do not have time, Xiaoyu and I can go by ourselves. I had forgotten that amusement parks on weekends were especially crowded. I had never gone to an amusement park in my previous life. It was only these past few days, seeing how well-behaved Bai Qi was, yet how he could only stay home, and writing an amusement park scene in my novel. That reminded me to take the child out for fun. Thinking of how Bai Qi's parents died when he was 6, and how Bai Ningbing would never think to take him somewhere like that, I could not help feeling sorry for the little guy. Bai Qi woke very early the next day. After waking, he turned his head to look outside. The sky was not fully light yet. Then he glanced at the little alarm clock that was his alone. It was not yet 6 o'clock. Bai Ningbing usually got up at 6 now, and then woke him as well. He lay still, afraid to make any big movements, in case he woke Bai Ningbing. Bai Qi felt that living here was far better than back at the villa, where he had a huge bedroom all to himself. This was the first time Bai Qi had been so close to Bai Ningbing. Bai Qi was close to Bai Ningbing, but not so close that there was no distance between them. Since coming here and living this way, he would sometimes feel as if he were still living with his mother and father. But he liked that illusion. Awake, Bai Qi jolted in surprise. He turned to see Bai Ningbing already sitting up, looking back at him. Her face was expressionless, but because she had just woken up, she still carried a trace of sleepy languor. She seemed gentler than she did in the daytime. Yes, I just woke up. He quickly got up on his own, grabbed the clothes beside him, and pulled them on. Bai Ningbing made no move to help him. Bai family children learn independence early. When they left the bedroom, the adult and child instinctively softened their steps, then went to the bathroom to wash up. In the mirror above the sink, the adult and child looked somewhat alike. The mirror reflected their similarly beautiful faces. They briskly brushed their teeth. Annie, should we wake Xiaoyu? No, he will get up on his own. I usually get up at 6 too, then make breakfast. They usually went back to their room to do their own things. Annie, Xiaoyu works very hard cooking for us. Why do we not eat out today? You mean he works hard cooking every day? Do you not? All right, I think. We are not so poor that we cannot afford to eat out. Xiaoyu does not need to cook every day. That is simply how he lives. Then, while Bai Qi stood there looking thoughtful, she grabbed the back of his collar and hauled him back to the bedroom to read. The moment they entered the bedroom, I opened my door and came out. I padded over and pulled open all the curtains, seeing the clearly sunny sky outside. I stretched with a smile. I usually prepared the breakfast ingredients the day before, so there was not much left to do. Half an hour later, I went to call the two of them as usual. After breakfast, we got ready to leave. But why are we carrying backpacks? He looked at the little backpack on his shoulders, then at the large one on my back, utterly confused. Have you forgotten that we are broke now? Everything at the amusement park is so expensive. It is the same stuff, so naturally we buy it outside and bring it in. It saves money. Do not worry. Your backpack only has light snacks in it. It will not tire you out. But those snacks cannot cost that much more at the park, can they? There is a limit to how high prices can go. They are only snacks. How expensive could they be? I opened his backpack and took out a packet of cookies. This packet cost 10 yuan at the supermarket. You can see how much it costs at the park later. Fine. I will look. Though he sounded dismissive, he obediently turned around and let me stuff the snacks into his backpack. Only then did the three of us officially set off. Bai Ningbing drove us there, with nothing to do on the way. I decided to tell Bai Qi a story. Of course, I could not tell a third grader a story I had written myself. After some thought, I decided on a fairy tale. I chose the classic Cinderella. The story itself was not very long. It took less than 10 minutes to tell. Bai Qi seemed to listen attentively to the end, then offered an encouraging review. Xiaoyu, you are a pretty good storyteller. I did not know whether to laugh or cry. Did you even listen to my story? I know Cinderella is a classic, and you have probably heard or read it before. But as Confucius said, reviewing the old lets you learn the new. You should have gained some new insight. You are right, but I have thought about this story many times already. There is nothing more to consider. The girls in my class are all moved by Cinderella's love story with the prince, but with Annie's guidance. I have realized that Cinderella, even as Cinderella, was still an earl's daughter. She was still a suitable match for the prince. So it is a love story between two well-matched people, despite all their hardships, that ends in a happy ever after. I gave a soft, amused laugh. All right, then tell me, if you were Cinderella, living in that kind of household, what would you do? Would you stay kind and endure your stepmother's torment, find a way to tell your father, or fight back yourself? Telling her father would definitely not work. If her father cared about her, Cinderella would not have been mistreated for so long. Fighting back herself would not work well either. If she made it too obvious that she was disrespectful to an elder, her reputation would be ruined, and no one would marry her. She cannot run away either. A girl who runs away would still ruin her reputation. Then no one would marry her. So all she can do is endure it. You are so young, yet your reasoning is quite clear. By your logic, Cinderella's fate was sealed. Of course not. It may seem that enduring it is her only option, but there is actually plenty she can do. Take reputation, for instance. It is wrong to disrespect an elder, but the stepmother treating her stepdaughter so badly is just as wrong. The stepmother has to other daughters. She has to consider whether, if her reputation is ruined, anyone will still want to marry her own daughters. From the driver's seat, Bai Ningbing looked at the two people in the back through the rearview mirror, hearing Bai Qi say all that. She gave an almost imperceptible nod. I was stunned by the reasoning of this 8-year-old child. So, you think Bai Qi's argument makes sense? I scratched my head. The car drove into the parking lot. Once it came to a smooth stop, Bai Qi was the first to jump out. The child's excitement was impossible to contain. I hurried out of the car and took his hand. I warned him carefully. This place is always crowded, and today there are especially many people. You are so adorable, exactly the kind kidnappers would target. So, you must hold either my hand or your Annie's hand, and stay with us at all times. If anything feels wrong, call for us. Understand? Do not worry, Xiaoyu. I am not stupid. I will stay close to you and Annie. Kids are not as strong as adults. If someone carries me away, struggling would be useless. Our teacher taught us that, so I will not run around. All right, the child understood the danger, so the adults could relax a little. The three of us reached the entrance together. Since I had bought the tickets in advance, we only had to print them out. Compared to those standing in the long lines at the ticket booths, we had it much easier. Once inside the gates, the park was packed with people and buzzing with activity. Bai Ningbing and I could stand in any crowd and draw plenty of attention with our looks. When we entered, we drew the attention of everyone nearby, as expected. Some people even wanted to come chat us up, but when they saw Bai Qi, whose hands we were each holding, they stopped in their tracks. Look at that young married couple with their child. They are ridiculously gorgeous. At first glance, I thought some celebrities were out and about. What a shame, they are both taken. Otherwise, I might have gone over to flirt. That is what I am saying. Do all the handsome men in the world only go for beautiful women? Is that why women who are not pretty, like me, cannot find handsome men? That hurts. You are still thinking about that. All I have to say is, that adorable little boy with them is so cute, and he looks so polite. I hope I can have a son like that someday. Girl, wake up. Neither you nor your husband is that good looking, and you expect your kid to be gorgeous. Their conversation made me want to laugh. Too bad Bai Zi was not my child. Otherwise, I would wake up laughing too. Xiaoyu, what should we ride first? That depends on what you want to ride. I think the roller coaster and bumper cars are both fun. Do either of those interest you? I had never been to an amusement park myself, so I only knew about a few rides. Bai Zi hesitated for a moment, glancing at the roller coaster tracks in the distance. Then he made up his mind. Then let us ride the roller coaster. Then roller coaster first, and bumper cars after. There were quite a few people at the roller coaster. They were either adults with children, or couples out for fun. Without waiting for Bai Ningbing to go over, I voluntarily took my place at the back of the line. I also waved at Bai Zi and Bai Ningbing. I will wait in line here. If you are tired, go rest nearby. The looks from the people around us changed. One woman nearby was green with envy. She said to her boyfriend, A gorgeous man like that is actually willing to wait in line, while letting his wife and child rest to the side. That is so enviable. What? You have a problem with how things are. You only see the handsome guy waiting in line. Why not notice how beautiful his wife is? Besides, she is dressed head to toe in designer brands. That outfit alone cost at least 50,000 yuan. If you had that kind of money, you could hire someone to wait in line for you. That handsome guy must be an idiot, or low on the household pecking order. If I looked like him, I would never be with a woman who did not value herself. The man accidentally blurted out what he really thought, earning himself a kick in the leg from his girlfriend. What are you saying? Say that again if you dare. No. I was talking nonsense. I was only joking. You have such great character. How could you possibly do something so low? Bai Zi tugged on Bai Ningbing. He had heard those words, so surely his aunt had heard them too. Is it really okay to make Xiaoyu wait in line? Has your teacher not taught you that men and women are equal? For this ride, he will wait in line. After that, we will take turns waiting in line, including you. Bai Zi breathed a sigh of relief. So they were not making Gu Xiaoyu do all the work. He had not liked Gu Xiaoyu before, but he had changed his mind about me now. If it were the old Gu Xiaoyu, he would not have cared how Bai Ningbing treated him. But the Gu Xiaoyu of today, when Bai Ningbing pushed him around, made him feel sorry for him. Xiaoyu is so wonderful now. Those women, some married, some unmarried, somehow veered onto a completely unrelated topic again. Bai Zi did not want to listen to their nonsense anymore, so he pulled Bai Ningbing aside to sit down. Since Gu Xiaoyu would not be waiting in line the whole time, there was no need to feel uneasy. After all, everyone would have their turn working hard later. After waiting in line for a while, it was the three of our turns. Bai Zi naturally sat in the middle, with Bai Ningbing and me on either side. Even after we had boarded the roller coaster, there were still people captivated by our looks, constantly turning to stare at us. It made me rather uncomfortable. But when I looked to the side, Bai Ningbing was seated on the roller coaster, as if she were sitting in her office. She still radiated an air of effortless elegance, seemingly unaffected by any of it. Then I looked at Bai Zi. He ignored everyone around him, blinking his big eyes, as he happily checked his safety restraints. He even reminded me, Xiaoyu, check whether you have fastened your belt tightly. Do not be careless. I checked and found no problems. Everything is fine. Do not worry. After saying that, I looked at Bai Ningbing again. Miss Bai sat there with perfect calm, as if none of this mattered to her. I suddenly became curious. On a ride as thrilling as a roller coaster, would Miss Bai react as strongly as an ordinary person? Or even on a roller coaster, could she remain completely composed? I had to watch closely. With that decided, from the moment the roller coaster started, I kept watching Bai Ningbing. At first, the train moved slowly, climbing the track inch by inch. As we neared the highest point, my heart rose into my throat. The crucial part was about to begin. 1 second before the train reached the peak, Bai Ningbing finally uncrossed her hands and gripped the safety bar. Yet her expression did not change at all. She continued staring straight ahead. The next second, the train plunged from the peak. It accelerated faster and faster. I could handle it, so it was not unbearable. Little Bai Zi was nothing but excited, not the least bit afraid. All kinds of screams rang out around us, some thrilled, others terrified. Only Bai Ningbing, though the wind had tousled her hair, she did nothing but frown. It was as if she were not on a roller coaster at all. As the fierce wind lashed my face, my body shook wildly, nearly out of control. I looked at the woman beside me, who stayed calm through every sway. Even when she was flipped upside down, I could not help complaining inwardly. Miss Bai really could stay calm, just like always. What was the point of riding a roller coaster like that? The roller coaster ride was short, only a few minutes at most. Once the train gradually slowed, the screams around us faded away. Bai Zi's excited expression had not yet faded. As I looked at Bai Ningbing, even with her hair slightly tousled, she still looked as elegant as ever. Xiaoyu, was that not awesome? I was a little scared last time, but this time, I was not scared at all. I think I am super brave. The moment Bai Zi stepped onto solid ground, Bai Zi grabbed Gu Xiaoyu's arm and said excitedly. Yet after one step, he nearly toppled over. I quickly held him up, though I did not dare move myself. Yes, our little Z is especially brave. You are only 8 and can ride a roller coaster without fear. You are much braver than I was. When I rode a roller coaster in middle school, I got so scared that I cried. Back then, a park near my home installed a roller coaster. I finally had some free time during vacation, so my equally free parents took me there to try it. Throughout the entire ride, I did not dare open my eyes. Even so, I sat flat on the ground after getting off and cried my eyes out. I was young then. I had never experienced anything so thrilling. Give me a break. I was just a kid. Then you really were a scaredy cat. I never cried riding one, even before I was 6. Do not worry. If anything scares you later, you can hold on to me. With me by your side, you will not have to be afraid. All right, then thank you, Xiaozi. He is such a little angel. Such heartwarming words, paired with that adorable expression, made my heart melt. What should we ride next? Bumper cars. Bumper cars. Xiaoyu wants to ride them. No, wait, when did I say I wanted bumper cars? I was completely baffled. I never said I wanted to ride them. I was only making a suggestion. If you did not want to ride them, then why suggest them? Adults can ride bumper cars too. No, I really did not want to ride bumper cars. One suggested them only, because I could not think of any other rides right away. I had never even been to an amusement park. Before I could explain, Bai Ningbing had already taken Baizi's other hand and walked forward. Baizi followed her lead, pulling me sharply forward with him. Those just simply did not believe I did not want bumper cars. They gave me no chance to explain. Honestly, if I seriously explained now that I did not want to ride bumper cars, would those to think I was only trying to save face? I thought it over for 2 minutes and reached a very definite conclusion. Whether I wanted to or not, I was riding bumper cars today. There were clearly fewer people riding bumper cars than riding the roller coaster. So Bai Ningbing had Baizi get in line. Standing among the people in line, the little guy drew a crowd of starry-eyed stares. A little girl nearby had been crying nonstop. Her father could not soothe her. But the moment she saw Baizi, her crying stopped at once. She wriggled out of her father's arms and darted over to Baizi. With everyone watching, the little girl boldly took Baizi's hand, batting her eyes, and adorably said, "Big brother, let's play together." The little girl was about 5, barely reaching Baizi's shoulder. Be good. Do not cry anymore. We are all here to ride bumper cars, right? So, in a moment, of course we can play together. There are plenty of cars in the bumper car arena. We will play together. Daddy, Mommy, I want to play with Big Brother. I like Big Brother. All right, Daddy will go wait in line for both of you. Gu Xiaoyu watched the little girl hold Baizi's hand, her little mouth chattering away without pause. Baizi wore a comforting smile, occasionally replying or nodding in acknowledgement. The two children were chatting away happily. He already knows how to charm girls at his age. What will he be like when he grows up? That little girl is very cute. No, Xiaozi is just polite. Did you not hear how boring her topics were? Things like, my doll's eyes are really big, or my parents took me to see a movie earlier. Some of it did not even make sense. Only our Xiaozi would patiently keep her company, like he was soothing a child. Boys are not interested in those topics at all. Yes, he was charming a girl. Less than 2 minutes later, another slightly chubby boy came over to Baizi and the little girl, trying to join their conversation. The little girl turned away disdainfully and ignored him, speaking only to Baizi. Baizi nodded to the boy, then went back to soothing the little girl. He had no intention of including the boy in their conversation. The boy likely realized that neither of them wanted to play with him, and dejectedly returned to his parents. All right, he really was charming a girl. When it was our turn, Bai Qi coaxed the little girl back to her parents. Then, without hesitation, Bai Qi took Bai Ningbing and me by the hand. He immediately scrambled into a bumper car. Yet from his manner, he clearly had no intention of waiting to play with the little girl. The best thing about bumper cars is crashing into each other. I am not a great driver, but there was nothing to fear here. After all, the cars were meant for crashing. Bai Qi kept crashing into the people around us now and then. Seeing how beautiful Bai Ningbing was, some people deliberately rammed Bai Ningbing's car and tried to strike up a conversation with her. Bai Ningbing drove as though she were deliberately practicing her driving skills. Every time, she flawlessly dodged the cars around her, never giving anyone a chance to hit her. I could not help marveling at it. Once Bai Ningbing noticed people were deliberately targeting her. She tried to avoid them. Those trying to ram Bai Ningbing could not even touch the edge of her car. Instead, Bai Ningbing sent them scattering with her own hits. So that group turned their attention to Bai Qi and me. In the end, Bai Ningbing deliberately left an opening to lure them away. At last, the bumper car session ended. At the attendance call, I immediately drove the car over. I got out without the slightest reluctance. I never wanted to ride this thing again. Bai Qi was furious too. The moment he got out, he grabbed me and started complaining. Those people had no manners at all. They did not even know us. Yet they just kept ramming into us. Crashing into us would have been one thing, but they hit so hard. My head still hurts from it. I was going to come save you. But they knocked me off course. Then a bunch of kids charged at me from behind, sending me farther and farther off course. I am so mad. It was not quite that bad. Mostly, it is because you are too cute. That little girl liked you earlier. So, she wanted to play with you. The kids driving probably liked you too, which is why they crashed into you. They wanted to play with you. So, did they crash into you because you are handsome? You are pretty handsome, but your driving really is terrible. My aunt even dodged a whole crowd of people. And later, she seemed to help you escape being surrounded too. Thinking of Bai Ningbing's performance just now, Bai Qi did not hesitate. He grabbed Bai Ningbing's hand, his face full of admiration. Annie, you are incredible. Will you teach me? So many people tried to crash into you just now, but not one of them managed it. Thank you. Bai Ningbing gave me a casual nod. Then she bluntly told Bai Qi, you are young, and too short to work the gas and brake steadily. Do not overthink it. Eat more and grow taller first. In life, there are always things beyond our control, like height. Bai Qi immediately deflated. He was not short in his class, but he was still young. How could he compare with adults? It is okay. When you grow up, you will definitely be even better than your aunt. Do not worry, but you can drink an extra glass of milk before bed. I will prepare it for you from now on. Drinking more milk will help you grow taller. Even if I cannot be as tall as an adult, I will at least be the tallest among kids my age. What should we ride next? I somewhat regretted not looking up the park guide before we came. As I was thinking, a little boy passing by nearby held his parents' hand and bounced excitedly. The pirate ship. I am going on the pirate ship. I immediately asked Bai Qi, do you want to ride the pirate ship too? Sure, I want to ride everything. I pulled out the map and looked. The pirate ship was right ahead, not far from here. All right, let's go. When we reached the pirate ship, the previous group was just getting off, and the next group was boarding. Our timing was perfect, but because of our place in line, we ended up seated at the very end, where the swinging would probably be stronger. Bai Qi was still thrilled beyond measure, while Bai Ningbing remained as calm as ever. I was getting a little nervous. I had never ridden one of these before. In television dramas, whenever the leads rode this thing, they always got off vomiting their guts out. I may be cannon fodder, but motion sickness does not pick and choose, does it? Xiaoyu, why are you holding my hand so tightly? It hurts a little. Oh, sorry. I am just a little excited. I was too embarrassed to admit I was nervous, so I only said I was excited. When I let go, Bai Qi's hand was a little red. It made my heart ache. Are you okay? Does it hurt a lot? I am fine. It is nothing, but you do not need to get this excited. Switch seats with him, Bai Ningbing suddenly said. The other two of us froze. Why? To avoid feeling weightless. Bai Qi and I looked over. We were seated on the far left. The right side was full of adults, with children in the middle. At a glance, the weight on our side did seem far lighter than the right. All right, Bai Qi stood up and switched seats with me. This time, I sat in the middle, while Bai Qi and Bai Ningbing sat on my right and left. I had just secured my safety bar. When Bai Ningbing took my left hand, Bai Qi quickly took my right hand too. The adult and child each held one of my hands. I felt as if they were both protecting me. It was incredibly touching. The pirate ship began to swing higher and higher. Many people were already screaming with each swing. Luckily, it was much better than I imagined. It was thrilling, but not that scary. I probably would not throw up. Like I said, I am just cannon fodder. Why would I get main character treatment? I was not built to be so delicate. After the pirate ship swung for a while, its arc gradually shrank. I felt Bai Ningbing loosen her grip on my hand slightly. When the pirate ship finally stopped, both hands let go of mine. Xiaoyu, you are so brave. You did not throw up, and you did not cry. You are tougher than I expected. I was only worried at first. I was not truly scared, but I could not say that. So I could only say, yeah. After all, I am an adult. You were braver than I expected to. That is great. Plenty of adults are scared too. Like that person over there. As Bai Qi spoke, he pointed at someone by the trash can holding a plastic bag. A woman vomiting her guts out. Look, She is throwing up really badly. I looked where he pointed. The woman was quite beautiful. Even while vomiting, she retained a basic elegance. More importantly, her poise remained untouched. Nearby attendants hurried over to check on her. The woman slightly raised her head. I caught sight of her face, and the beautiful woman looked vaguely familiar, but I could not remember where I had seen her. Do not point at people, and do not judge people you do not know. Bai Ningbing lowered Bai Qi's hand. Her tone carried a gentle reprimand. Bai Qi immediately pulled his hand back, and obediently nodded. Never mind other people. Let us go. It has been over 2 hours already. Are you hungry? Thirsty? I unzipped Bai Qi's backpack, handing it to him so he could choose what to eat. Then I took off the backpack I had just put on and opened it. I took out a bottle of children's milk and handed it to him. Thank you, Xiaoyu. You and Annie should eat too. Eating snacks in front of Miss Bai, and offering her snacks too. That was a tall order. As I hesitated, Bai Ningbing had already taken the 2 backpacks from my hands. She took them both. What do you want to eat? She actually did not scold me. I was a little surprised. Perhaps it was because we were out having fun. Since I had the chance, I should enjoy it. I took out cookies and potato chips, along with a bottle of cola. I was craving junk food. What could I do? Bai Ningbing looked at the food in my hands. She said nothing. When Bai Qi tried to speak, Bai Ningbing shot him a look, stopping Bai Qi from saying, I want cola too, before the words left his mouth. As I ate, I noticed Bai Ningbing had not touched any snacks. I still felt a little awkward about it. Do you want some too? Snacks are not that bad really, and the additives are all within safe limits. Besides, you never eat them normally. Having some once in a while is fine. It is not that serious. They will not make you sick. Go ahead. Bai Ningbing did not directly refuse me, but her meaning was clear, so I kept eating mine. Still, I asked, then do you want some water? I brought bottled water. Buy it next time. Next time, buy bottled water from that brand. I sighed inwardly, speechless. The big shot was already broke, yet she still had to drink designer water. How different could one water be from another? Could water that costs dozens of yuan really be better than water that costs 2 or 3 yuan? It was all mineral water anyway. After a short break, Bai Qi wanted to watch a movie. The 3 of us headed for the animated films. Bai Qi chattered nonstop along the way. Last time we came, we planned to see a movie, but my parents were in a rush, so we never got to see it. I wanted to see whether the cartoons here were any different from those at other theaters. Today, I finally got the chance. My classmates said the movies here are better, so I was really curious. How different could they be? It was only a matter of expectations. I figured the child would soon be disappointed. I shook my head inwardly. The trouble with children who are too smart is, nothing surprises them. They see it all coming. Sure enough, Bai Qi was excited when we first went in, but after watching for a while, he was completely unimpressed. He dragged Bai Ningbing and me outside. The moment we left, he started complaining nonstop. This movie is not much different from the usual ones, and I was so excited for it. It was all a lie. My classmate must have tricked me into wasting my time here. How awful. When I get back to school, I will deal with him. You should not put it that way. Maybe that child genuinely thought it was great. Everyone has different taste. I was truly afraid he would confront the kid, only for the other child to say that watching it with their parents is what made it so fun. That would rub salt in the child's wound. Oh, right? Poor taste is poor taste. They think even this is good. Bai Ningbing promptly tapped him on the head. Watch your words. Gossiping about people behind their backs is very rude. Okay, he rubbed the back of his head. His contemptuous expression vanished, and he became that adorable little boy again. Only his eyes looked rather strange. What are you thinking about? I was only thinking that if someone finds a movie like this good, then that classmate probably has not seen anything better. I was left dumbfounded. In less than 3 seconds, all it took was one tap from Bai Ningbing, and this child had somehow learned how to subtly undermine someone. Was that really okay? Stiffly, I looked at Bai Ningbing. Bai Ningbing seemed utterly unaware. She patted Bai Qi's head with a hint of praise. No, wait, was it really okay to teach a child this way? The child clearly knew this would make the other children look down on that classmate, while leaving that classmate unable to protest. He had done it on purpose. Xiaoyu, do not worry. I am a good child who cares about his classmates. All I could do was smile. We had finished with all the activities. When I checked the time, it was already past 11. It would soon be noon. Should we go get something to eat? We are not very hungry, but it is time for lunch. We cannot live on snacks. I want McDonald's. I can understand other children wanting that, but you used to spend every day eating delicious food. Why do you like it too? You are making me feel embarrassed, okay? I put so much care into cooking every day. Yet this little guy still wants McDonald's. Miss Bai, do you think that whenever he is not home, I just throw meals together carelessly? I just want to try it. The atmosphere there is different from everywhere else. Even if I eat great food every day, I can still switch things up once in a while. Annie, just let me have it once. One time will not hurt. It is junk food, but eating it once in a while will not make me sick. Besides, let me be happy today. Bai Ningbing stood there, tall and elegant. I thought Bai Qi was pretty gutsy too. If it were me, I could never do it. I could never grab someone like her and tug on her arm. In the end, Bai Ningbing agreed. Bai Ningbing took Bai Qi to McDonald's, then asked whether I wanted some too, or wanted something else. Either is fine. I have not had McDonald's in ages. Naturally, I did not mind. Come to think of it, I had been craving it too. Today, I could indulge with Bai Qi. Come to think of it, I had forgotten something I had promised Bai Qi earlier. Bai Qi, weren't you going to ask how much things cost in here? He remembered that we had talked about it before leaving. He immediately let go of both our hands and ran toward a nearby store. I hurried after him. There were so many people. Do not run off and get lost. When Bai Qi came out of the store, his face was filled with shock and disbelief. The price of a drink could actually double. My God, that makes no sense. There is nothing unreasonable about it. It has always been this way. Things at tourist attractions cost even more. Take a roasted ear of corn. Normally, it costs only for yuan. But at a tourist attraction, it can sell for 10 yuan. Why? Because it is a one-time business. Once tourists leave, they will not come back a second time. And the people who buy food often did not bring any with them. When they are hungry, who cares about the price? It is not as if they cannot afford it, so they buy it. There are costs too. And there is the cost issue your aunt mentioned. An ear of corn is cheap. Even roasted corn does not cost much. But to bring corn inside, vendors must pay extra fees to the attraction's management. Those fees have to be passed on to tourists, so the price is higher. Then the ones making the most money must be the owners of the tourist attraction, right? After all, they only need to build the attraction, hire people to manage it, and collect plenty of money. If you add the admission tickets tourists pay, they make even more. He really was a Bai, raised around business from childhood. His quick grasp of it was impossible not to admire. When I thought of myself at Bai Qi's age, I was probably just playing around foolishly. Then you also need to consider how to get the authorities to grant you land, how to raise enough money to build an attraction, how to recruit suitable managers afterward, and how to maintain it. You need to think all of that through. That is a little complicated, but it is okay. I am still young. Once I am older, I will figure it out. I will find a way then. If only it were that easy. I shook my head inwardly. Bai Ningbing had only said it in passing, to make Bai Qi understand that things were not so simple. When it came time to actually do it, there was no telling how troublesome it would be. Even someone as formidable as Bai Ningbing had failed. Did Miss Bai not understand those principles? It showed that knowing how something works does not mean you can do it well. There are simply too many outside factors. Many things are not up to people. Like a protagonist's absurdly good fortune, something beyond comprehension. After we returned home, everything went back to normal. I kept a very regular routine. I got up on time and cooked, tidied the house, then started writing. After lunch and cleaning up, I took a nap. In the afternoon, I got up and kept writing. I researched materials to prepare for future illustration commissions. At night, I wrote after dinner as well. Occasionally, I browsed online, perhaps watching a show to unwind. Besides that, I set aside time to do laundry, clean the house, and shop for groceries. Of course, I also exercised regularly to stay in shape. If Bai Qi wanted to, I would take Bai Qi out from time to time. To a museum, for example, or a library to pass the time. Bai Ningbing was busy almost every day. I had no idea what kept her busy. She only appeared for breakfast and dinner. At night, she checked what Bai Qi had done that day. As for me taking Bai Qi out, she said nothing. I took that as her accepting our current arrangement. Getting along peacefully was good, but plenty of issues still needed solving. Over breakfast one day, I brought up the housing situation again. Bai Qi looked at Bai Ningbing. He had been frustrated at bedtime. Sleeping beside Bai Ningbing, he did not dare move around. He wanted a room of his own too, so he could toss and turn freely at night. I have already chosen a place. We can move in next week. As for buying a home, the week after next, a promising new development is going on sale. We can go take a look then. Bai Ningbing gave us her answer. Only then was I relieved. At least the boss had not forgotten about me. The following week, Bai Ningbing told me to get ready, just as promised. We were moving to a new home. Annie, will I have my own room from now on? I want a bookshelf. The bed does not need to be big, just big enough to sleep in. While we waited for the moving truck, Bai Qi chattered away, his mouth never stopping. Yes, I knew you were the best, Annie. Xiaoyu, we're moving to a bigger place. Are you happy? Xiaoyu, Bai Qi, and Bai Ningbing moved into their newly rented home. The three of us began unpacking. Of course, I am happy. Why would I not be? Honestly, I did not feel much about it. Neither place belonged to me anyway. Where I lived made little difference to me. Growing up, I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 living areas. As an only child, my parents had always quietly spoiled me. I had never particularly longed for a big house. If someone has never lacked love, or suffered from having no money, and is not particularly ambitious, they probably will not crave material things too intensely. I was the perfect example, not rich or powerful on the surface, yet I had always lived a happy life. To be honest, I found a small home easier to manage and cozier. But cozy was one thing, and reality was another. Bai Zhou could not keep sharing a room with Bai Ningbing forever. No, I am really happy to. I am going to earn money and buy lots and lots of books. This place does not even have a proper study. I have been holding it in for so long. This was little Baiji's biggest grievance. The apartment was too small. There was no room for anything, and it was only a rental. Bai Ningbing had not, as she had in their old villa, given him a study of his own. He had nothing to do in his spare time, so he had to watch those childish cartoons. He was bored to death. But I saw you watching cartoons all the time before. So you love reading that much. I only watched them because I had nothing else to do. I do not even like such childish cartoons. But the other students in my class like them. Annie said, you can be smart, but until you are strong enough, you must not stand too far apart from everyone else. Otherwise, people will exclude you when trouble comes. Oh my God. A boss really is a boss. Bai Zhou was still so young, yet the boss was already teaching him such profound lessons. What else did I say? Annie, you also said to treat everything as though it was simply supposed to be that way. I should not have thought I was smart, and subtly implied that the other students were stupid. Even if I think that inside, I should forget it, and hypnotize myself into believing that my classmates are all wonderful. If I had tea in my mouth right then, I would have sprayed it everywhere. Good grief. An elementary school brat was actually being taught this. Why do I feel like I was an idiot as a kid? I did not grasp this lesson until high school, when I figured it out for myself. Read this. Bai Ningbing casually reached into a packed box, pulled out a book, and handed it to Bai Ji. Bai Ji obediently took it. Without even looking at the cover, Bai Ji opened it and began reading. I glanced at it, and happened to see the title, The Thick Black Theory. All right. A boss's child could only grow up to be a boss. A mere mortal like me had better keep my opinions to myself. The moving truck arrived quickly, but there was not much to move. Once we actually started sorting through everything, I realized that most of it was stuff I had bought. Most of it was everyday household supplies. Even Bai Ji could not stand it anymore. Bai Ji signaled for Bai Ningbing to talk some sense into me. Only then did I leave those basic supplies behind, like cooking oil, salt, soy sauce, and vinegar. Fortunately, the clothes that had once filled nearly my entire bedroom had mostly been sold. That made moving much easier. The new home was located in another residential complex not far from the old one. Its security and surroundings were better than before. Once inside, I found the layout excellent too. Having worked in design before, I walked around the place and had to admit that Bai Ningbing had picked an excellent home this time. The apartment had basic renovations in my favorite minimalist style. Black, white, and gray never go out of style. The more I looked, the more I liked it. Even the furniture had been bought as a matching set. Best of all, there was a swing on the balcony. It fulfilled my wish to have a swing where I could sway while reading whenever I wanted. Wow, this place is so much better than the last one. I love it. Me too. Bai Ningbing crossed the room in long strides, gesturing to the movers as he walked, to place everything where it belonged. He looked at the satisfied pair, one big and one small, and his gaze softened for a moment. Then he quickly resumed directing the movers. About an hour later, the movers finished placing everything and left. I took the towels I had prepared from my bag and waved one at Bai Xiaoji, let us get to work on our new home. I will wipe down the tables and sweep. You handle the rest? No problem. I will do the windows and mop the floors. What about me? The two working together froze. Little Annie? You want to help too? There is no need. Xiaoyu and I are enough. We can handle it. Making his aunt do chores was something he had never considered, nor had he ever seen before. Even imagining it felt unacceptable. Yeah, we can finish it. You can go do your own thing. All this time, I had never seen Boss Bai do this kind of work. I had to admit, if Boss Bai did such menial chores, I would feel guilty. I will clean the windows. You to do the rest? He glanced at the balcony windows that nearly reached the ceiling, and immediately assigned herself a task. Before I could respond, he took the other towel from my hand. I felt someone accidentally brush against my fingers. I shivered instinctively. What is it? Are you cold? No. I have probably not had enough water lately. I am feeling overheated. It is nothing. I just need to drink more water. It was definitely not because Boss Bai touched me. He is not made of glass. It is not as if she cannot be touched. Just eat fewer snacks. It was like a knife straight through my heart. My face immediately darkened. Bai Ji heard that. After making sure Bai Ningbing was not watching, he quickly ran for my bedroom. If he did not run, Annie might throw a knife right at him. He still wanted to eat snacks. What I got instead was Bai Ningbing turning away and leaving me with his back. You change the trash bags every day. How can there be that much trash? I slapped my right hand against the back of my left. How did I forget that? But Boss Bai leaves early and returns late every day. He is so busy, yet stays in his bedroom all day. How does she have time to watch the living room trash bags, eat fewer snacks, and drink more water from now on? Get to work. Bai Ji, who was wiping the nightstand in the bedroom, had no idea that after seeing how his aunt acted, I had decided to cut back his snacks. If he had known, he probably would not have vanished. The moment he sensed trouble, after more than an hour of work, the place was finally cleaned up. That even included the time I spent pretending to sweep, while secretly watching Bai Ningbing's back. I would never admit that I planned to write someone like Bai Ningbing into my new novel. After all, she was always criticizing me for eating snacks. This world did not even have the original novel anyway. Making a real-life domineering business tycoon like Bai Ningbing, the protagonist, would definitely be hugely popular. Well, leave out the bankruptcy part. Write her as she was before going bankrupt. Keep it realistic, and it would surely be a hit. Xiaoyu, why does the way you look at my aunt today seem strange? What is wrong? I get it. It is fine. My aunt definitely will not mind. You are married, after all. There is nothing to be embarrassed about. Of course you like my aunt. It would be bad if you did not. Should not married couples like each other? He was impossibly adorable. Good thing I did not laugh out loud. Bai Ningbing was taking a towel to the bathroom to wash it when he happened to overhear their conversation. His eyes turned thoughtful. He deliberately made his footsteps loud as he walked in. The two inside promptly fell silent, as if they had said nothing at all. Cleaning the apartment was not as exhausting as I had imagined. I still decided to cook at home. There was a large supermarket nearby too, even bigger than the one near our old place. Shopping would be much more convenient from now on. For now, I needed to take a look around and buy some vegetables and fruit. This time, Bai Ji behaved himself and did not insist on coming. But Bai Ningbing wanted to come again. I told him not to. There was no need. Really, I could carry everything back myself. It was my first time going there today, so I would not buy too much. I would just buy enough for today. I would be back soon. You have both been working all morning. Get some rest. If I do not come, how will you carry the snacks back? Can we please let that joke go already? But I really did want to buy some snacks. I could not exactly argue with Boss Bai, so I had no choice but to let her come. In the end, I angrily bought quite a lot. The two of us came back carrying 3 huge bags. It did feel a little wrong watching Boss Bai carry groceries, but she was always picking on me. The 3 of us slept wonderfully on our first night there. Bai Ningbing did not say it aloud, but with Bai Ji sleeping beside me, I was a little uncomfortable too. Ever since childhood, I had always had a room to myself, so I was not used to living with others. Even though Bai Ji was well behaved and did not toss around, having someone else in my space still did not sit well with me. I had been busy all day. I did not think I was tired, but I actually was. After washing up, I climbed into bed, closed my eyes, and fell asleep. I slept soundly until early the next morning. Bai Ji had it even better. He had a bed all to himself and could roll around however he pleased. He was delighted. Over the next 2 days, all three of us enjoyed the benefits of moving. Then one day, Bai Ningbing asked me to go look at apartments again. This must be the house we talked about seeing before. He had said he was going to buy. I had waited so long for this. At last, I could have a home in this world. Bai Ningbing had been good to me, and Bai Qi was adorable too. Even though we had no clearly defined ties to one another, I still considered them friends. But I simply did not feel that I belonged in this world. Bai Ningbing was a cannon fodder character. My former husband, Bai Ku, was Bai Ningbing's nephew. Everything I had now had little to do with me personally. I was only an outsider, but having a home would change that. With a home, I would have a place to put down roots in this world. Even if I had nothing to do with Bai Ningbing and the others someday, I would still have somewhere to go. I could still write then and work as a freelancer. That would be my own place to build a life. Of course, even without one, I could afford to rent a place with my current writing income. It just would not give me the same peace of mind. The place Bai Ningbing took me to was a little farther from the apartment they rented. Housing prices in the city were rising, and people were buying homes in droves. When we arrived, a crowd had already gathered outside. Fortunately, Bai Ningbing did not take me through the packed crowd. She took me straight through the staff entrance instead. She had once been a powerful figure, after all. If he truly stepped in, even without calling in favors, many people would still treat him with extra respect. But these people were doing far more than showing Bai Ningbing extra respect. They were clearly treating her like an honored guest. Following Bai Ningbing, I enjoyed so-called very important person treatment for the first time. And this was at such a hot property sale. We were taken directly to the VIP lounge. It was lavishly furnished. Even the tea the staff served smelled outrageously expensive. It was such fine tea that even someone like me, who knew nothing about tea, could tell it was not cheap. We are only here to look at apartments. There is no need to make such a fuss, is there? Do you know the owner here? Fourth brother developed this place to shut his family up. Back then, he will not be involved in real estate again. Pick any unit you like. Just pay the proper price. Even if he developed it, doing this still feels like taking advantage of him. Is that really appropriate? It would be one thing if Boss Bai were buying the apartment, but it will be registered in my name now. Using special treatment would be inappropriate. Besides, he clearly does not like me much. The last time he came to our home, he looked at me with cold, appraising eyes at first. I saw it plainly. You will still pay for it. I am only letting you choose a unit. They make money either way. There is no difference. These 3 buildings have the best layouts and locations. Excluding the bottom 6 floors and the top 6, you can choose any of the remaining units. See which one you like. Fine. I would not overthink it. If Boss Bai told me to choose, then I would choose. I thought to myself, at worst, I could write more and buy another place someday. So I began studying the floor plan seriously. I was an interior designer, but I knew a little about architectural design too. These 3 buildings really were excellent. After much deliberation, I chose a layout with 3 bedrooms and 2 living rooms. If it was finished and we were still not divorced, the 3 of us could live there. But if we divorced someday, and the apartment was mine, 1 room could be my bedroom, 1 could be my studio, and the 3rd could be a recreation room. Perfect. Once I chose the layout, it was time to see it in person. Bai Ningbing and I followed the staff member to view the unit. The surrounding area was not fully completed yet, and the hallways were a mess. Usually, developers sell apartments before construction even begins. Why did Mr. Sum build these first, then put them up for sale? Because I told him before, as long as the homes were well built, there would be no trouble selling them, and housing prices would keep rising. The later he sold, the higher the price. So that was it. As expected, Boss Bai had once worked in large-scale construction. He was nothing like me, a transmigrated pseudo-intellectual.